get on.
Well, with this new lad here, we can call it free citizenship plus
Plus,
someone that actually knows what they're doing.
plus but no, he's Scottish, so it's got Scottish internet. So you know, just saying.
Yeah, we all use paper caps on string as well.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a little hamster in a. It's a little hamster in a hub, just running around. Like, come on.
Get me up to that megabyte.
Honestly, we're nice people. We're nice people, damn it. Right. I don't want to share it to my friends because they're.
Oh, as Gaz says, send nudes.
Nah. I don't want my nudes.
You got to send the right message.
Gaz, the last time you did that, it was subliminal messaging.
Yeah, but they never found my dick.
That's just a great way of starting it. First thing that comes at you, man.
What a nice way to get people to hate us.
No, nobody hates us. Yet. Right, I'm coming in hot.
Right, if you get there, because I noticed this instance though as well. If you come in and it says that you're anonymous, you're going to pay the bounty first.
Yeah, I've already paid my bounty. Because I had that.
He paid it
before.
because they kicked him out of not being able to outfit. He was kicked out of the club.
Yeah, I couldn't buy weapons. It said for legal reasons, and I was like, oh shit. And then I paid a 400 credit bounty, which seems.
And yet, the whole time he was saying, no, I haven't got one.
I didn't have one because it was highlighted red, so I assumed.
Hey,
that
Nick,
meant I
look
didn't
to your
have
right.
one.
Oh,
What's
you're
my
3
right?
o'clock, should I say.
There's nothing there.
You pay
I
like
mean
a
it in the
marine
game.
Yeah, I'm looking in the game. There's nothing there.
You should see my name.
Oh, for God's sake. Hang on. I'm going through my cameras.
Welcome, Steve, to
Oh, I
this.
see. Absolute debacle.
Right, couple.
The rat kerfuffle, this is. Oh, is he going to do the loot exchange?
This is the full free in the flesh as such.
In the flesh and in their ships?
Yeah, in our own ships. Weirdly enough,
Yeah.
instead of being in the Anaconda.
November, Echo, please comply with all regulatory protocols before
I know, that was pretty mental. That was pretty mental. The last time someone found
Did you see the
us.
street?
No, he was actually in game following us.
I was looking for another barnacle site.
Yeah.
I was approaching the plant and seeing you guys just with a crew of 3 Anaconda clean. So that's quite random. I haven't seen anyone out there. But the weird thing was that I'd seen the post that you put up today.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
We're getting around, guys. We're getting around.
Well, you get around there. Oh,
Hey,
what?
Under attack, auto dock offline, eh?
Yeah, I've just been fucking hit by something.
Shit.
You have entered a your fire zone. Any act of aggression will be dealt with immediately.
Yeah.
So just speaking to you lot from this last permission.
Just rule 101 of starting the game.
Get out of there.
Yeah, there's some random guy like in the mailbox just shooting randomly.
Hang on, what are they shooting me for?
Yeah, exactly. There's literally some guy just shooting at people. So you need to kind of.
I've just got through for it.
Yeah.
Hang on. Is it a guy or is it...
It's a guy.
It's just not the
Security.
defense system.
Right. What the fuck's he got?
I think he's in a Viper.
What, was it an actual player?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a Viper.
Right
Just not the
then.
defense system.
No, it was.
No.
He's a player. I think it's a Viper.
So I'm trying to get a lock on him.
Douchebag. No, the last time we had someone like see the stream and meet up with in game, they obliterated us.
Yeah.
They like literally flew out of
Stream snipes.
nowhere and like just hit us. There was two of them and they hit us with like endless amounts of missiles. It was ridiculous. We're just like, oh, there's a guy there. Bang. Oh, we're
Viper
dead.
Mark 3, right then.
Yeah, take him out. Have fun.
Oh shit, it's System Authority!
Is it?
Yeah!
Whoops. Have fun with that.
What the fuck, man?
What a disaster. I feel like I've jinxed your.
Oh no. This is Ryan. This is
Yeah.
Ryan all over.
No, so this is the thing. Why the fuck did System Authority start shooting me?
I don't know if you got a
'Cause you're
wanted.
twat.
Probably because you're in a wing with me. And I'm the one that picked up the train.
Oh, here we
It's my
go.
fault.
Ah, don't worry.
No, the thing is, I've just had to pay for him, and I got him no problem, unless he was speeding.
I think it was just Ryan being Ryan.
Oh, by the way,
so I was
Ryan,
being shot and nothing was there.
Ryan, by the way, to make you feel better, I asked my mum quite a few of the same riddles today, and my mum was thick as shit, and she got them right.
Nice, thanks. Thanks for that.
No.
I've got a wing mission here that says deliver 2,894 units of water purifiers. It's 1,900,331,167 credits.
Who's that with?
It's no
That is
flipping good to me. I can't
that
get
is
in.
with the Yanis Incorporated.
Hang on, I'm going to jump to Atlas.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if I take this, you get it, because it's a wing mission. I'm just having a
I've
look.
got anonymous access.
Oh, you have to pay your fine. Oh, you have
I
to
can't
pay.
pay it here, can I? Is it not
Yeah.
security?
No, you have to go.
No, you can.
Yeah, you have to go through the. You have to find it in the.
In the contacts.
Yeah, in the contacts. It's under one of them.
You go on the
Uh,
contacts,
This
and
mission
then you've got
utilises
authority
cargo
contacts.
as both the start and destination. It's starting and destination. Plan your journey via the galaxy map. Right. So it's convey goods to Agricola's Ascent. Agricola's Ascent. These goods are unique to this mission, and if lost, cannot be replaced. You will receive rewards upon delivery. Good luck, Commander. Right, it says it's a high-risk mission. Each member of this wing can choose their own reward. So you can have 1,000,000 credits. You could have.
Oh, yeah, they've changed it as well. You can get a choice of whatever mission
Oh yeah,
you
did you
do.
not know
You get a
that?
choice of three.
It's either money, reputation, or influence.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I've invited everybody.
So which one is it? Because I've got with the Janus Incorporators.
It's deliver water purifiers. I did just press invite wing, so I'm assuming.
Deliver 2,894.
Yeah.
Okay, I've accepted, but I have to go to an orbital station to go and clear my fine and also repair.
Yeah, that's fine.
I haven't got anything.
Go into your transactions.
Yes, yeah.
And I think. Now we get
Oh, yeah.
given. We
Oh,
get
Jesus.
given. We get given. Once you've docked, I think, the water purifiers. Because you can't buy them. Yeah, water purifiers. I can buy them.
Drop off Starpoint. Pick up
Right,
at
oh, I've got
Starpoint.
yeah. I've got 369. So we can buy more, or we keep coming back and gather more.
What, have we got them on board now?
I think so. Hang on, I'm gonna buy. I'm filling my cargo. I've got 8 in my cargo.
Right, I need a obsidian orbital.
I thought you just went Scottish on us then, and just went on it straight.
Yeah,
You're
we have to
shy.
we have to buy them and drop them off. But we can only buy them from here, and we can only buy them because we're in.
A wing.
Yeah. Oh, you know, in this mission, so we have to fly back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But it's worth 1 million
Yeah,
credits.
but it's not. Yeah.
How many was it that was needed to transport?
2,000 odd.
Okay.
Docking coupler disengaged.
I can hold 64.
Yeah, that's fine.
I can hold 82.
There you go. So you can hold the most.
Where is the water purifiers?
They're in the cargo, in the commodities market. I'm being shot at right now.
You see what I mean? But as soon as you find out the person that's shooting at you, it's system authority for some reason.
I can't see it.
Yeah, I'm being like, my shields are
You are
gone.
now clear of station perimeter. Safe travels, Commander.
It's weird. Rocket down there.
Okay, found it. I've got 82.
Yeah, I've got 8.
This is going to be a long to and fro, this is.
Yeah, this is real.
Mind you, if you think of it as a relay run, when one person's dropping off, technically one of us should be picking up.
Well, do you want me to head off now to where we need to drop
Yeah,
these
if you
off?
guys just start heading off.
I think, well, we'll find out in a minute if we've done it right.
Destination, drop off start point.
Agricola's Ascent. Agricola's Ascent.
Oh, good evening,
madam.
madam.
I'm calling from your building society. There is a pigeon in the bank account.
I just did your bank account details.
And your sort code and your bank account number. We can get in and get the pigeon. Oh shit, I'm gonna overshoot, I'm gonna overshoot, I'm gonna overshoot, I'm gonna overshoot. And there she goes. Fuck you. I need to get better at this flying.
Good evening, madam.
I didn't realise the purifiers would take up so much room. I thought it was going to be like, here, have a crap ton.
You got any space, have you, Steve?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to put some racks in because I've only got 8. It's not the best, is it?
So 8 down,
That'll do.
only 2,000.
Just simply not prepared for any of this.
But none of us are. None of us are ever
So
prepared.
out here, materials gathering, that's all I was doing last night.
None of us are ever prepared for any of the things we do. We just kind of fall
As you
into
can
it.
sort of see with Niche with his flying.
We kind of just fall into it and go, oh, there you go. We're here.
Do you know what? I can honestly say I've never done materials gathering.
No.
Tedious.
'Cause
That's
I'm
why
not-
you need to be with us. We've got no luck, but we've at least we know how to like, try and make it look at least a little bit fun.
If you-
We just say fuck it.
I'm trying to finish a ship I started. It's just...
Yeah.
Request docking. Thank you very much. Power down. And boom. We are auto docking.
You are clear for automated.
So hang on, we can only buy the water purifiers from that one station.
So,
Yeah. So it's classed as a unique item. We can only buy it from them.
I've been shot from this pleb as well, man.
I have no idea why. I'm going to see what if I've got. Yes, scan me, but make it quick. Oh right, you know your ships. You call it the Galactica because you wanted it.
Yeah.
I think the Diamondback Explorer looks a lot like a Raptor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed on that, yeah.
Well,
They're very similar, except the
Hopefully.
Raptor's got their big pods at the top.
yeah.
That's the only difference.
Well, what I'm hoping is, as soon as they start bringing out the capital ships and that you can command them,
Landing complete. Commence
then
system shutdown.
hopefully, if there is one like the Galactica, I'll be getting that.
I doubt it.
To be honest, I do think I've picked the perfect name for my ship with the amount of times it's blown up.
Oh god. Oh, that's what I was thinking. The amount of times it's blown up.
Right.
That's,
I've just
that's what I
sold.
called it, the
I've just
Nebuchadnezzar.
sold 8 of them. I'm going to check my transactions, and none of them have been delivered.
no, it's
Oh, for God's sake, come on.
So yeah,
No. We've got an orca who, I think it's a bloody orca. What the fuck is he? Well, whatever the
you're
fuck it
moaning
is.
about something you don't know what it is.
Oh
Hang on.
shit! I've done it
Oh.
wrong. I've done it wrong. I know how you deliver the items. It's really annoying. You have to go into your missions, go to the mission, and click deliver. Fuck's sake.
What?
Right, so I've just sold them the water purifiers, and I can't fucking buy them back. You have to go into the mission board, click on the mission, and there's like a thing that says deliver, and you have to like deliver it through the mission board, not through the commodities market.
Oh. So it means that I'm gonna, even though you're there already, I'm gonna be the first to deliver the water
Yes,
purifiers.
which is really annoying.
You dick.
Yes, I am. But it's fine. I did the first run, kinda.
Okay, I'm gonna change this even more again. 2 idiots, 1 retard, and a guy from Scotland.
Hey, I'm not the one who couldn't. I'm not the one who couldn't get the freaking riddles right. All right.
Speed until clear of the station.
No, except for the glove one that you couldn't.
I tell you what, I'm not joking. I've had.
I was listening to those. I couldn't get any of those.
There we
I had loads of people at work listening to it, and they were laughing their tits off.
Have you listened to the one yet where I get fucking beaten up by my missus?
Oh, that one's my favourite. There's one, and like literally
No,
nothing happens in it until the very end, and then Gaz gets beaten up by his girlfriend.
No, he turns into the Schmeagol.
He does. It's hilarious.
He's talking about his
Schmeagol, don't mean
nipples.
Smeagol.
I say Schmeagol.
We do. I think there's. I can't remember. There's a few. I did a couple of ones where I recorded and edited, and then we've done a few live streams. We do it whenever we can. Whenever like everybody's together.
God,
there we
what's
are.
the station that we need to go to?
Pepsi, you sent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agricolas. Agricola.
Agricola.
That's my advert for it now. Agricola.
Guys, you're being interdicted.
I know.
It's not like the. It's not like the deliveries.
Yeah, you have to go. Have you gone in?
Other items,
Yeah.
and it's red. The box is red. Won't let me. Won't let me add them.
Right. I don't know what's going on.
Water purifiers, right?
Yes. Because I sold them in the commodities market, and it didn't class that as being sold. Yeah, everyone accepted it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Right.
Yeah.
No, hang on, let me try it.
Let me have a. Right, I've gone back to the station we started at. Right, I will check to make sure that there's nothing I'm missing.
Guys, have you just dropped near the station, or have you just been, or are you in battle?
No, I didn't drop out. I'm just approaching now. Because I do it properly, I don't gaily use a docking plane.
Look, I can't fly as it is. If I tried to dock, I'd kill myself constantly. Right, so sorry that I have to use a bloody computer.
And to be honest, with the Anaconda, you do genuinely need to use one.
Bullshit.
Nah, you really do.
No, I've
You just
seen-
can't fly a
It's
ship.
that narrow when you try and get through the doors. It's the
To be
slightest
fair,
movement.
to be fair,
wrong.
I've heard Ryan has problem with doors.
Yeah,
Especially the ones that open for him.
Narrow.
yeah, it
narrow
freaks me
doors.
out. It's not natural. I keep thinking I'm a Jedi or something.
You wish you were a fucking Jedi. Like, not being funny. There's no way you'd be a Jedi. Like,
Oh, God. One idiot, two retards on a Scottish man.
yeah.
He was having a wee jab. Whereabouts in Scotland are you, anyway?
Highlands.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're educated.
So are you one of the Highlanders that won't die?
How did I know he was going to say that?
There can be only one.
Just give me the prize.
Testing that theory.
Just like randomly lopping people's heads off in the street. Like-
Oh yeah.
It could be worse. I could be compared to another film that's only got any needles in your fucking wrist.
True.
Hang on, I want to find out if it works.
Well, I'm afraid I'm stuck to it. I don't know why it's not working.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I can't do anything either.
Okay, Google. How old is the Highlander movie? Not the high. Yeah.
21 years old.
Just IMDb it.
I shared it on my Facebook about a couple of weeks ago.
I don't know. I think it's closest to 90, isn't it?
No, it's 20. It's Christopher Lambert's really getting on a bit now.
Yeah, of course he is. He's pretty much dead, isn't he?
86.
Is it 86? Jesus.
Apparently, there's going to be a remake.
Oh,
What?
fuck off. The TV series was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, the TV series didn't make any sense. Right, I am back at the station. I'm back. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I can't deliver anything either.
Right.
Is it just the deliver items box? Is it red for you?
Oh, hang
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
You're gonna love me.
Oh,
Right,
fucking hell. Yeah, everything is-
sell them. Sell the ones you've got on the commodity market to them to make the money back. You pick them up from the mission bit at this station.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Right.
This is pretty
Right, yeah, this is awesome. This is awesome. Right, so you pick them up from where we were in
I'm
the mission
dead.
bit,
I'm dead. That's it.
1986. So it can't be 21.
All right. So you want me to sell these?
Yeah, sell them because you'll get the money back. It's 1986, Ryan.
1986.
1986. So it's like 30.
Nish,
something
is the
years old.
system that you're at, Nish, is it
It's the original
Papa
one that
Delta
we've just
Sierra?
left. It's the
yeah,
one we just
Bravo
left. It should be
40.
labeled. It should be labelled as.
Have you regretted this shit, Steve?
Instant regret.
just out of interest, who's Steve?
Yeah, his name's not Steve.
I'm actually not talking to you.
He's talking to the guy next
Oh.
to him. It's fine.
Absolutely great.
He's talking to
I
the
ju-
guy next to him.
Hey, get out of my way! You bloody almost went right into me then.
Sorry, I thought I switched the mic off then to say that. Sorry. What is your name anyway?
Stuart.
Stu.
Yeah,
Stu.
Stuart, yeah.
Stuart Arkle.
Oh, fucking hell.
I thought you would have at least checked the party log beforehand. Yeah.
No. I was generally talking to my mate then, but I thought I put the mic off.
Nice recovery.
No, I generally was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you were.
No, seriously. Because I'm sending a snap to Steve at work.
What's his full name?
I can't believe what just happened. I'm sorry. I can't believe.
You know what you should have done? You shouldn't have told him until the very end.
Yeah, like, by the way. Yeah, it's like, just right at the very end, you're just like, by the way.
Who the hell is Stu? Who the hell is Steve?
No wonder. If I have called you Steve already, fucking hell, I'm probably confusing myself already with this.
Nick, just go back on the live feed later, just see if he genuinely did send a snap.
I actually did just send the snap.
Oh.
Oh,
Well,
man, that's...
who's the retard now?
Yeah. Finally, one I can actually join in on.
Oh, that's what happens if you don't switch your mic off. Right. Anyway, so how are we actually doing this mission then? How'd
So
do it?
you have to get it from the mission board at the station that we come from. You go into there and you collect it from there. So you put how much you can have, you press and then press X on it, it collects it, then you drop it off by doing the same at the station we've got to go to.
Yeah,
Right,
Steve's already there.
so we've got to go. So have we got to go back to where we started from?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
because this is a constant ferry, so it's a ferry mission, but you get 1 million credits for it, so you know we get nearly 2 million credits for it, so that
Yeah.
it's worth.
When did we start this mission?
2 decades ago.
Oh, I might have to like video edit this later on and put like a timer in until we figured out how to do it.
Yeah, Steve, Stu.
Whoever you are.
He's just going to start calling you F.
Just a random new guy.
Yeah, just blame it all on him.
Randomer.
Why the fuck did I say? Why the fuck did I not turn my mic off?
I'll just you'll just have to ask Lauren next time it's here. Yeah.
No, the reason why I was sending that was because he's agreed to do another run tonight.
Quick, think of something.
No. Oh, come on, coming from you fucking Mr. Bullshit.
Bullshit!
Mr. A knight, a king, and a queen in a castle. Like, I don't get it.
Hey,
Mr. He rode in a horse called Sunday. Like,
yes, I genuinely heard that one as Sunday.
Yeah, but he said Friday.
I know, I just can't remember the start of it. That was the thing.
I'm not joking. I've had so many people at work come up to me and just be like, "Fucking
Who's that retard?
Yeah, who's that retard?" To be fair, it got me a few more subscribers, so cheers.
That's one hell of a plug. Cheers.
Oh, bless you. We can't all be special.
Right.
Right. Now I bought another cargo rack. I got rid of a fuel tank and bought another cargo rack so I can deliver 12 at a time.
Wow.
What's the time limit on this?
I don't.
4 hours.
24 hours, and we've been doing it for about 20. It says we've got 23 hours and 35 minutes left. We've got loads of time.
So
it's fine.
we basically delivered 25 minutes of fuck all.
Yes.
Fresh air.
Yeah. Well, you know, we popped in and said, "Hi, we've come to drop off some water purifiers. I haven't got them, but I came to say hello."
This is a bit like we've just gone to Dover Port and we haven't got the right papers.
We haven't got
That's
the
what we've
wagon.
just
We haven't got the fucking wagon. That's what it is.
Yeah. I wondered why I was driving so fast. I'm in my car. I haven't bought the wagon.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that wagon that they've got? The police have got for Shropshire
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
for like West Mid.
To nail them.
Yeah, it's fucking madness. So you probably would have heard about this up in Scotland, where you don't have TV, right? But they've decided to get rid of distracted drivers. They've got like wagon drivers. They've got an unmarked police wagon that's just going to pull up next to people and take photos of them.
Okay.
But what they haven't told you is they're alone driving whilst taking a photo.
I think the best one was they were saying, like, they were showing images, and there was like a guy driving a wagon with a trailer on, with a phone in both hands, and he was driving with his knees. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, at what point did he go?
Yeah,
Yeah, this is safe.
There was one that I saw that had both legs up on the dash because he put it into I couldn't think of
Cruise control.
Oh, cruise control. Yeah, I'm losing my mind today.
Just like I'm just having a chill.
Yeah.
I swear, some people are just like, it's insane. It's insane. But they're going to trial it, and then there's talks about putting it out across the country. Yeah, about across nationwide.
It seems legit.
It's
Legit plan.
right. We have delivered
None.
12 out of 2,894.
So you've actually managed to actually do it though.
Yes, it's if you check your little thing, it says that I've delivered 12. I hope. Better if I could say I've delivered 12. Yes, 12. There's a tiny there's a tiny little mark now on the count.
Whoop whoop.
Landing gear retracted.
Are you coming into the station? No, that's not you, because it's not blue. It's a dolphin. Right, I don't know why we were being shot at before, but we're not being shot at now.
Alright, so when we're in the actual station,
Right,
where we originally picked up this mission, before
Go.
you took us on a raiding
right. You go to the mission board, and go to the
Yeah.
mission itself,
Yeah.
and then
Collect
there's like
items.
there's a little collect items, and you just hit that until you're full.
Hi guys.
Alright.
And then when you get to the other end, you do the same.
Fucking dick. That dog just absolutely smashed.
Let's just
Nice.
watch that. That is a big ship you've got.
Hang on, who?
Frame shift drive.
Not you.
charging.
The one our
Biggest
Stevie
ship,
Stew's got.
What's he got?
Yeah.
I like the asps. They're cool. They look cool. And as everybody knows,
Yeah.
it's
That shit.
it's all about looking cool. That's why I want the chieftain, to be fair, because I think the chieftains look pretty sick.
Oh yeah.
And it's nice to actually finally see a new design.
I wouldn't exactly say it's a new design.
It is. What else has nacelles?
Well, the Pelicans.
No, in the fucking game. Stop being. Stop being.
I'm just saying, it just looks very similar to a Pelican and the orbital dropship.
right?
Right.
Disengaged.
It just looks very similar.
Yeah, but within the world of Elite, it's a new design,
Oh yeah, yeah,
Which-
of course.
which is what it kind of needed a bit. It needed a bit of a facelift, a bit of a variety.
Yeah, well, the T10 was just a souped-up 9, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
It
pretty
was a
much.
9 with a few extra thrusters and a spoiler.
yeah. I don't like the 9.
Just in
No, I
case
don't
you
like
want
the
to go
10.
cruising around in the style of Tesco's.
I like this man.
Yeah. Just popping doing donuts. Just
Yeah.
like, hey ladies. No, there was a review on it when it first came out, and they were like everybody was saying it's just fucking awful. Like it's heavy. It's not fit for what it's designed for. It was a weird attempt at bringing new life into it. Whereas the Chieftain, it's got crazy manoeuvring speed. It's not the best for combat, but it can turn on a penny, which is great.
Well, I was saying, once it's been fully A-rated, if it's combat that you want to go for, it's a really good ship.
Well, we fought that one yesterday, and it was,
Well, we took it down, didn't we?
yeah,
straight
but
away?
he can turn. They can turn really quickly, which is
Oh
an
yeah,
advantage.
don't get me wrong on that. But it was literally just like he's just bought it. He needed an escort. Boom.
Yeah. Bless him.
Bless him.
Was that a player that you'd took on?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was a player.
Right.
Yeah, it was absolutely got. Well, put it this way: when I jumped out in the flyer, literally, I took out the shields within seconds before them two even managed to get near him.
Yeah, he stripped it. I reckon he stripped it down to get out, and then was going to refit it when he was out in this bit. But
Yeah.
it was a poor choice because he was wanted, and you should never strip your ship out if you're wanted.
Yeah.
Especially when we're like flying around in Anaconda, because we just go, fuck it, he's wanted, kill him.
Yeah.
It was like, scout up ahead, see what you can find.
Yeah, kill him with fire.
Echo, please comply with access protocols before commencing docking procedures.
Treat him like a slug, just fucking pour salt in his eyes.
Please make your way to
salty.
Coordinated approach engaged.
Shit. Might as well do Atlantis while I'm docking.
Have a look on there, as where you guys have just gone, because I'm just leaving, seeing if there's any more cargo racks at that one.
Yeah, there is massive ones.
Is there?
Right,
Hello, Mishi.
I've got my hello. I got my pen in my mouth.
What? Yeah.
Better rats at the Ascent station.
They're about the
Yeah.
same. Yeah, they're about the same, I think. So, I've bought one. I got rid of my extra fuel capacity because I didn't really need it.
We have now delivered 104.
Well, how much room have you got then?
64.
Upgrade 928.
Nice.
You're on the deck. Engaging docking
Real
restraints.
improvements.
Enjoy
Well,
your stay with us.
it's more than I've got. I'm just saying. I've got 12.
You can, there's much better racks at Ascent.
Yeah?
Because you can only get a maximum of 2E.
Right.
In
Yeah.
the original station, you can get up to 6 here.
Oh, wicked. I might sell mine.
I
then.
swear.
Right, that's me injected for the night.
Cargo hold.
I thought you'd quit the heroin.
Capacity.
Fuck off. Not while I'm live on the internet. I need it. No. It's
Well, we're
alright.
gonna get the usual. I think it's a dragon. No, it's not. You're trying to dock. Concentrate, mate.
It's a dragon! No, last night I nearly went to bed and forgot that I needed to inject before I went to bed,
Take care.
and then I was like, shit, because usually I have Rachel going, don't forget to inject. I'm like, yeah. And I always go, yeah, I won't forget, and then sometimes forget.
You didn't leave it in the safe zone, did you?
No, I'm never doing that again.
Oh, bloody hell, no.
Oh, that was fun. It's alright.
Basically,
It's alright. When I went,
hold on, I just want to get this right. Basically, Stuart. Because we all know each other from airsofting, and this dickhead, because I'm one of the guys that runs it, decides to bring his EpiPen with him, but not put it into.
it's not my EpiPen, it's my
pocket.
insulin.
It's your EpiPen, whatever you want to call it. It's your fucking retard gun, right? Yeah. So we say, put it in your pocket or you web him. What does this one decide to do? Have an attack. Why has he not got on it? His fucking pen. So we had to run all the way back. He's the reason why we specifically have a section in the safety brief now. And every time we do that bit, I look across the crowd to see if he's actually here.
I haven't done it since. Oh, we don't work together. We just shoot each other on weekends.
We pay to shoot each other.
Yeah. We pretend to be soldiers at the weekend.
And unfortunately, I'm one of the fuckers that has to run the day for these pair to shoot each other.
Yeah, he has to look after us.
Yeah.
But no,
Unless you Mike can stand in front of me.
when we went to camp, Sparta. This was a good one because we went there recently. Thanks, Christopher. Yeah, it was savage. When we went to Camp Sparta, I pointed out to everyone, be careful on this ground because it's all potholey and you'll probably break your ankle. And then immediately twisted my ankle and fell flat on my face, and they had to stop the game because I was lying there going, ow! I'm quite accident prone.
So what? I don't think I've heard just properly before. What is it you do at the weekends?
We shoot each other. We're
It's called
airsofters.
airsoft.
Ah, right, okay, I get you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've got
Yeah.
quite a few sites up there.
Yeah, you got some wicked sites up there.
Imagine there would be, yeah.
You got
You've
like
got
Section
the one
8.
that's- And you got Frontier Fortress up there as well.
Yeah, there's some massive ones.
Something I've never done.
It's good fun.
It's really
Oh,
good.
you've got to try it. It's really
But
good.
yeah, I was like, I fell over, and all I can remember is I was on my radio and I was going, I think I've put my ankle. I think I've put my ankle. And then when I went to Anzio the once, I fell down a manhole. That was a good one, and I had to go to hospital because I cracked my helmet open.
Yeah. Ooh. His name. It's all right though because the guy's name is called John, and he was very happy he fell down the hole.
Yeah, he was. But it's I'm quite accident prone, which is
Don't know fucking know.
which is
Sounds good for that activity.
oh yeah.
To get a bit back.
Yeah. I asked if I could have a helicopter at Camp Sparta. I was like, but no, at Anzio, I had to go to hospital. I had an X-ray, and they wanted to give me a brain scan because I'd like proper smashed my head into the concrete. I've still got the goggles, my mesh goggles. I don't wear them anymore.
Goggles?
Yeah, I've got mesh goggles with a massive dent in them, and I don't wear them anymore. I just wear them on my helmet because it's where a rock went into the mesh and like bent it into where my eye was. It was well
I'm sorry,
good.
but the way you just said that is if you just put swimming goggles on to dive into a fucking rock.
Rach was working that night, and she saw it come up on the fucking thing, and I rang her up and I was like, I'm in the back of an ambulance. Oh, she wasn't happy.
Landing permitted. Cleared for landing on docking bays 3 and 4.
Yeah.
You are cleared for automated approach, Commander.
You've been all doing that for a while then, have you?
Yeah, I've been doing it
Shit,
for
too long.
3 and a bit years. Ever since I got diagnosed with diabetes, I've been doing it. Keep me fit.
And I've been doing it for 2 now.
about 8, 9 years.
Wow. Nice. So who got you all into this then? Nintendo.
I think I played it on PC for a long time, and then I bought it on PlayStation, and then I found out Ryan played it on PlayStation.
Admittedly, Ryan got me into it.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't stop pestering you until you did get it.
But like
His first original try, I had to share play through the PS4. It was just like, right, what do I do? I went, fucking try your luck. Then after that, you got it that night, didn't you?
Yeah.
I can't get any of my friends to play it, unfortunately.
I'm like, to be honest, you took a year off, basically, didn't you?
Yeah, I was waiting for the big update.
Yeah.
But it's like it's the way it's one of them games where if you try and explain it to people, it sounds terrible because you're like, it's a realistic space game, and people are like, oh, like, and they're just like, fuck this. They're like, but I played it on PC when it first came out on PC for a while, because it was
on the Commodore.
It must have been a lot different then.
Yeah. It was a toss-up between this or Star Citizen.
Star Citizen.
Yeah, but when I found out that Star Citizen you had to buy the ships with real money, I was like, fuck that.
Oh yeah, could you imagine that? Yeah, you need £17 million to buy an Anaconda in real life. Yeah, fuck off.
Well, what it is like, I think one of their like top level ships, it's like a 250 quid buy-in when you first bought the game, and it was like, that seems like a lot of money for something that's not real.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a heck of a lot.
Yeah,
There's pay to win, and there's just taking the piss.
Yeah, it kind of just was really bad, and it was. I mean, I will admit the game is awesome, and there's some really cool things in it, and I've watched people play it, and it's cool, but it's not worth the amount of money that they want. Like, personally.
But saying that though, the one cool feature that they have got is the walk around, which Elite is trying to do, ain't they?
Well, well,
apparently,
if you
because
read,
they're trying to bring it in with the VR.
Yeah, but if you read the, like, if you look at the things like the dev notes and stuff, they say that they want to bring space legs in, as they call it, but it's not top of the list. Like, they want to bring more ships, bigger ships, and have like the carrier ships and stuff, and they want to do more with the universe, and then they're going to bring space legs in. So they will do it eventually. It's just not a priority.
Right, guys, I'm gonna have to break this up. I've got to jump off because I'm on mornings. Remember?
All right, bye then.
Yeah, go for
We'll
it.
keep doing it.
You guys carry on.
Yeah,
we'll carry on tomorrow.
Yeah, well, you'll get money for this anyway.
Yeah, but we'll just keep doing this. At least then you pay and get money. Eventually, we'll be able to get a chieftain.
See you later, dickhead.
See ya. Not bad.
But yeah, like, because they keep talking about bringing in like big ships for people to have. So
Surely they're like buildings though, are they?
Well, we've discussed it
enough.
before. Yeah, all right. We've discussed it before, and we've said that the best way that we think you could implement it would be like a community buy. So like, like, but it depends on how they want to run like the community. So like, if you could set up your own like clan, as it were, or like your own federation or whatever, then that would be really cool. But I mean, they've got all this stuff with the Fargoids getting really close and getting into the bubble, so I reckon it might be like something they're going to try and work into that.
Because that's why I originally came out of the bubble, which is why these guys followed me. Because I wanted to go having a look for Fargoid activity and seeing what kind of jobs and things are out here. And I thought, and I saw that the first nebula there was this section. And I thought, fuck it, going there.
Yeah, there's a ridiculous amount of big dead stuff in this game as well. I just scratched the surface.
Well, I'm slightly old enough to have played some of the original games when they'd been out for a while, and like they're like this, but the graphics are like 8-bit graphics.
Yeah.
And they were dead fun, and the lore behind it is awesome, and a lot of the lore in that comes across into this, but this is set way after it, so it's like after the Thargoid Wars and like how they disappeared and all that sort of stuff. But there's so much stuff in this. There's so much tiny little details that if you don't know what you're looking for, you just fly by. Speaking of which,
Thargoid surveillance continues.
like the Guardians and all that sort of stuff. Like
Thargoid activity in the Pleiades Nebula has already begun to show results. Aegis released the following statement on behalf of Admiral
Yeah.
Vintana, their chief military liaison.
Yeah.
The new Eagle Eye installations are a success. They have identified fluctuations in Thargoid transmissions from a number of planet-side structures. With the invaluable help
What's
of
that?
the members of the Pilots Federation, we have identified that the new signals are pointing to locations in human space. We believe these to be identifying the location of potential Thargoid attacks, and if this is proved to be
Yep.
the case, it will be a huge breakthrough and a validation of our work here. We continue to monitor the Thargoid activity using the Eagle Eye installations. in the Pleiades,
Denied.
and have confirmed reports that the Eagle Eye installations
because
have
it's a
detected
British
new
station.
signals. We
You know
urge
you're
all
in.
available pilots
You know you're
to
Scottish, so they're like,
investigate these changes to
fuck
see if
off.
we can thwart the Thargoid. Non-human signal sources in Huvandi. Local security services in
Basically,
Huvandi
are you saying
announced
that
today they
that
have
station is
confirmed
run
sightings
by
of
Nicola
Thargoids
Sturgeon?
in the last
Yes.
24 hours. The head of local security forces released the following statement.
We don't need
know
We
still
whether
want to be
Thargoids
part of the
appear in
EU.
our space or why they now appear to have left. We can only speculate as to their motives.
bless her.
However,
We
Well, you
still
don't-
want to be
you're
part of the
You're
EU.
not like
the
that.
system to help defend against this potentially catastrophic threat. There is speculation that the
Do you not
Thargoids
like it, then?
planned to attack the system
Nice, Jake.
were held back by the influx of
Sturgeon.
combat pilots engaging them. While
you not like
others
it?
claim that the Thargoids might be exploring or looking for resources and have simply moved on. While no one has reported any further sighting in nearby systems, security forces in the region remain on high alert.
Yeah.
The purge of
But she can't hide it.
Following reports of Thargoid
She can't hide it. Her mother looks like Elton John, and she looks like one of the Crankies.
She does look like one of the Crankies. Oh,
Seriously,
bless
search for Nicola Sturgeon mother. She looks like Elton John.
her. It's I just think like it's like when what's his face was running though, guy that was the leader of the BNP. I mean, he looked like a fucking. He looked like
BNP? Who?
yeah. What was his name?
What's his name? Nigel Farage? Was that?
No, years ago.
No, it's UKIP.
Years ago, we had the BNP, and he looked like the Marshmallow Man had melted. He was fucking horrific.
Yes. I know.
He had like the
Christ,
gammy
God.
eye, and he looked like he'd had a stroke at some point, and it was just like.
Yeah. He was
No.
like, "Come, kids, touch."
And, Nigel Farage, I mean, he was the head of the fishing commission in Europe, and never showed up to a meeting, and then complained that
No. The problem is, and he got questioned about this not long ago, and he's right. The reason why he never turned up is because it was actually not a proper event. Every single one of the meetings meant nothing. So whatever was said wouldn't have done a thing. So he was like, I'm not going to come to this when it's not going to actually do anything.
he's a bit of a tool, though. He's a bit of a tool.
I don't know, he speaks some sense. Some stuff I don't agree with. Well, like, sorry, we've just gone complete political backstone.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you talk about Jimmy Cranky.
always ends up
Yeah.
political, like, no matter what. No problem.
Yeah, cool.
Enjoy your stay with us.
Have you seen the snow outside? Brexit.
Like me and Rachel got fed up of like how much, how many? Oh, I can take 16 now because I've upgraded my cargo. Woo.
What?
Me and Rachel get like so fed up that every time you've got the news on, it's like somebody's been killed, and then immediately they move on to, oh, and Brexit. I'm like, fucking no. Like, no. Shut up.
You sound like that guy that did that speech this week, well, last week, with with Russia. Shut up. Did you hear about that?
Yeah. Have you seen the
Oh my
tweets
God,
that Russia was sending, like the Russian consulate was sending? The fucking
No.
embassy. They were like sending like loads of like weird tweets saying like, oh, Russia's dialing code is 007. Does that mean James Bond is a Russian agent?
Oh God.
They were like proper fucking trolling, like constantly trolling on Twitter, and people were like, this is really weird. Like, should they be doing this? They
Well, Trump sat and moaned that now because he's congratulated Putin for being re-elected.
I mean, it's so fucking dodgy, that is. So dodgy.
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Well,
Dodgy, but
I mean, his main rival, the thing that made me laugh was his main rival got arrested. Like, he was like on the
Yeah.
run. Like, so clearly there's something not legit when your main rival is running away.
I'll put it this way: he's the one that put the ban on him. Putin put the ban on him.
Great.
Oh, by the way, I can now carry 164 at a time.
Nice. Only a few thousand. Doing alright. This is quite relaxing. And it's quite a good way of making quite a lot of money very quickly.
Mm.
Fuel tank disengaged.
To be fair, it's nice to be doing a mission where I'm not thinking about shit and getting blown up.
Yeah, exactly. Now, it did say that, warning, you may be attacked, but it says on every mission, so
Yeah.
it's not something that
But the thing
I'm
is with this,
particularly
is
worried about.
because you're carrying cargo, you're going to be tempted to be interdicted in you, so
Yeah.
that's the norm when you're carrying cargo. But I'm sorry, but if you cannot stop yourself from being interdicted, you literally have no fingers and thumbs.
Yeah, it's not difficult. Like, I know it's harder to do the bigger you are, but it's not a massively difficult task. And the thing is, if you're a massive ship, you're usually kitted out to deal with whoever it is that's interdicting you.
Yeah.
Unless they're in like a wing of 3 and they're all in massive ships.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like a wing of 3 anacondas or 3 pythons?
Yeah.
You'd be worried. And this means I get better at doing flying. This is going to help my flying. Because my flying is terrible.
You mean you're going to attempt to not crash into everything again and again and again?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. Oh, don't start that again. Boom, boom. Oh. Right, I am coming to Agricola's Ascent.
Do you know what makes it worse? It's because we haven't got long till Deadpool comes out. That's why I have it in my head.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
I ever
just hope-
showed you the
just
Deadpool
hope-
figure that Lauren got me at Christmas.
The what?
The Deadpool figure that Lauren got me for Christmas.
No.
Oh, I'll show you in a minute.
I just hope that it doesn't suffer from the curse of the sequel. Like,
I don't think it will.
because I really, really liked the first one.
Thing is, to me, as soon as I saw that teaser trailer when he did the Bob Ross sketch, as soon as I saw him literally lifting himself out of the coffin, I was just like, yeah, I'm in.
I think the first trailer I think was my favourite, where he was like goes into the phone booth
Oh yeah,
and he's like, wait, I'm coming, and he's like trying to get change on the phone. I love that one. But like the first movie, like,
I didn't even film anything yet on when they did that.
no, but the first movie, I absolutely loved it, and I watched it the other day again on Netflix because they added it to Netflix. Hashtag not sponsored. I loved it, and it's such a rewatchable movie. And I rewatch movies anyway, but it was such a rewatchable movie, and I just really hope that this one, like, I love the fact Cable's in it, because I love Cable, because he's such a cool guy.
Yeah. I think they picked a good person for it as well.
Yeah, Josh Brolin in it.
Yeah.
He's really good in the Goonies.
Yeah.
I'm really good in the Goonies. But he's awesome in Sicario.
Oh, yeah. Oh, excuse me.
I love him in Sicario.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to Sicario 2, because that's coming very, very soon. And that should be good. But I'm a big movie fan. I love movies because they're the best form of escapism.
Same here.
You know, like,
Same with me, mate.
like I'm a great consumer of things like movies and TV shows. Like, I'll watch, like, Rach gets annoyed sometimes because we started watching we wanted to watch Altered Carbon together, and I like absolutely blitzed it in like a couple of days, and then it was like, oh, watch it again.
Yeah, I'm alright.
I was like, I'll watch it again with you, I don't care. But like, yeah, Altered Carbon. No, Altered Carbon is so much fun. But like, we'll start watching like a TV show, and I'll, like, because of the way Rach works her shifts, like, I'll just annihilate it, and then I'll be like, but I'll watch it again, and she's like, for God's sake, why do you always do this? But there's not many things that I won't, like, I even binge watch stuff that is crap, because once I've started it, I have to finish it.
Yeah.
I started watching Ghost Wars on Netflix, and it isn't that good, but I've watched every episode. It didn't get better. Oh, it was terrible. Oh, it was awful.
But it was one of those.
More importantly, if you guys finish this shit,
Yes.
hoping they come back.
In the 5 minutes that you've been gone, we've delivered nearly 3,000 units. Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Well, hopefully I'll start making it a bit quicker, because I can deliver like 160 at a time now.
Yes, all right. That's fine. That'll be way quicker then. But yeah, like, if it's on Netflix, I pretty much have watched it, even if I'm not into it.
I'll take a photo of that Deadpool we've got.
Or it's like Lucifer. I only started watching Lucifer like a few weeks
Lucifer's
ago.
amazing.
I only started watching it a few weeks ago, and I'm like halfway through season 3. Like, I just every morning get up, I watch like 2-3 episodes. I do like it. It's really good.
What's that on?
Amazon, that is.
Oh, okay.
It's really good. It's written by. It's based off Neil Gaiman in it, like the guy who did American
Yeah.
Gods, the book. It's good. It's clever. It's a clever concept. It's quite fun to watch. And
It
unlike
is
a
a
lot
good,
of
clever idea.
yeah, and unlike like a lot of TV shows, it was like instantly I was hooked. Because some of them I have to get into. Hang on, I'm just looking at your nudes there. Oh, that's cool. That is. Yeah, that's really cool. That is, dude.
Yeah, that's the one I've got. I've still got to put it together, but it's one of those where I don't want to take it out the box because it's so pretty.
It's like all my comic books are all still sealed. And
And by the way, now we've got some. Like, I know I talk quite a bit, but obviously Ryan's the king of slow, long, quick talking. So Stu, how did you actually properly find us then? You know, what is the full story of how you found us?
How I found you guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's not a huge story. I mean, I just seen you yesterday, last night, whatever system it was, and I recognised Nish's name on a post that came up on Facebook, one of the
no, Ryan.
PS4 Elite Dangerous pages. You got a video up, and I recognised the name straight away.
Yeah.
So I just put a comment up saying that I'd seen you guys last night, trying to say hi on the comms panel, and then that was it.
That's fair enough. Sorry, when Ryan starts talking, sometimes it's a case of the world phases out. So when you were trying to explain this before, I was just like, great, so your name's Steve? Pretty much. Bless him.
He's watching right now.
Good. What if he's watching? Why is he fucking not playing?
He's got to go to bed. He's a loser. No, we're like we were trying to get people to play before, like when we started streaming and like recording.
Yeah.
We were trying to get people to like sort of. We're saying to people like, "Oh, throw us your PSN names and we'll add you." And I've had a couple of people like send me friend requests, but then they never play. Or like we've got one guy who's from Canada, who's fuck off, right? We've got one guy, and he doesn't have PS Plus, so like he can't play.
Yeah.
So like he was like, "Oh, I really want to team up with you guys." It's like, yeah, but if you haven't got PS Plus, then you can't.
Yeah.
You're screwed.
Yeah, like so, but generally speaking, the most people that have like interacted have usually been people trying to blow us up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they just want to get on a video blowing us up and making us look like idiots, but they don't need to make us look like idiots because we already do. So
Hence the name, 3 Idiots in a Ship.
yeah. So it's like it's one of them, but no, we're looking at like I'm gonna make a group on the community stuff, and I'm like getting people.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
If people want to play and get in on it, and then maybe have like private boards and stuff, like private hubs up so people can play. But we're good to we like people. We don't sound like we like people, but we like. If you listen to any of our videos, do not sound like we like people, but we do like people.
Attachments confirmed. Regulate your speed until free of station perimeter.
Like-minded folk.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of them
Yeah.
things of it's slightly monotonous when you play it by yourself. Like
Oh yeah, it gets lonely.
yeah.
It depends what kind of things you're doing in the game. Because if you're playing it by yourself and you're playing something that's just to chill you out, fair enough. But the 90% of the fun in this game is pissing about with your mates. In this. But if you take this game too serious, then fun just gets zapped out of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Frameshift drive
take a break from it sometimes if you feel like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, because I
Find something else to do.
it's like some people on the community boards post things like I've been playing like 4,000 hours and stuff like that, and I looked into it and it's like some people have played this like 200 days and like
Yeah.
are just constantly playing it, and I'm like,
What did you see that one on the PlayStation 4 the other week? Somebody had managed to finally hit their target, which was to unlock every single trophy on the PlayStation 4.
yes,
And I was like, how many fucking hours have you put in to do that?
yes, because some of the trophies are like ridiculous, because like you
Yeah.
have to get like so much with a certain faction, then you have to go to Sol, and then you have to get to the center of the galaxy and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck that.
Have you guys been out there?
No.
Been out to the side?
No.
I've tried it twice. And I came back.
I love the optimum word in that, tried.
Yeah.
The second time I was full of optimism, so I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to do it. And I was incorporating the 5,000 light years away from home to unlock Palin,
Yeah.
so I could get the corrosive rats. I got the 5,000k, and I was like, nah, I've had enough, I'm going back. And that was it. I've just got no interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's plus, you know, my time it's limited on some evenings, you know, so I've only got maybe an hour or 2 hours at a time. I just can't be bothered, you know, just jumping.
Well, there's that guy. There's a guy online. There's a video on YouTube, and it's like it took him like 8.5 hours or something to get there.
Oh, what, continuous?
Yeah, and he was like, and he did it there and back, so it was like 16 and a bit hours of his life, and he like speeds it up on the video. The video's only like 20 minutes long, but I was like, nothing happens. Like, he goes there, scoops a star, jumps, scoops a star, jump, scoops a star, jump, gets there, gets an achievement, and then comes back. And I was like, if it's...
Yeah, but the best of it is like where we are now, there's actually a black hole. If you go to that black hole, you're going to see exactly the same thing as if you go to the centre of the fucking universe.
It's
That's
kind
it, which
like
is-
my thing is, it's kind of like with No Man's Sky, with the whole get to the middle and then the game resets, right? Like, it's all well and good saying I got to the middle, but you achieve nothing by doing it, unless in the future you can build, because they do the community challenges of like building the stations, like getting supplies there. Unless in the far distant future you can suddenly build your own community hubs, and then you can venture out into space and build it wherever the hell you want, then it becomes an advantage. But until then, it's not an advantage.
When there's actually something out there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or the potential to have something out
Yeah,
there.
like you, like if, like, say you can have your own, you can create your own faction and you get influence in the bubble. If you can build something far out of the bubble and have your own influence grow around that, that is great. But until then, it's kind of pointless. It's kind of just like a tick, done it. And I do not play. Yeah, and I don't play games to be able to turn around and go, done it. I play them to just chill out, have a good time.
Yeah. It's like me and Niche was not there last week because he was on nights. We wasn't on playing on this, so he was on Rainbow Six. And you could tell by remember the messages I was getting off that guy saying, "What a noob," to me. And I was just like, whatever. And that's original.
Yes,
You know,
kept
but it's
getting
just one of
voted
those
kicked
just
just
to chill
because.
for-
Yeah, it is just, that's the thing. Like, but a lot, and I know a lot of people use, like, really get absorbed into it. It's like these people that post photos of their setups where they've got like the PC set up next to the PlayStation. They've got like 5 monitors and they've got one of them joystick controllers and all that. That's great, but unless I was doing it as a job, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of people like to
Yeah,
Small bragging rights.
achieved.
yeah.
Which I guess in this kind of game, I mean, there's a lot you can boast about. I guess it's all the rankings and stuff. I mean, it's not just a huge reward system. Ships, weapons, ramps, all that stuff. And like you say, if it's not a just sit there and relax with. But yeah, I'm not down.
I mean, I get it enough.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys. I get it enough off like airsoft community boards, because you cannot go an hour without someone posting like, look what I've just bought, or look at my
Yeah.
new toy, and it's like, great, that's awesome. Can we carry on?
It's
please?
like with me. I'm one of the admins for the Frontier Airsoft chat. So I have to constantly check it and make sure the requests, do our stuff. Then you've also got like Airsoft Addicts is one of the worst ones I've ever known, where you get a notification every 15 minutes
Yep.
because somebody's posted something. And fair enough, you can switch the notifications off, but as soon as you go on Facebook, your newsfeed is filled with all these posts, and you're just like, yeah, you've got a gun, well done, this is not real. Just go back to life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it feels like.
Yeah, this is what I get, right? Like, now, yes, when I go to games, I do like to go, look at my new toy. But that's me at
Exactly.
a game. Like, I like to, but when, what I find really frustrating, like, you get somebody who'll say something like, hey guys, just got into the sport, what's a good thing to do, or what's a good piece of kit to have? And you get nothing but people posting photos of themselves in their gardens, like kitted to the nines, going, well, this is the, and then it's like people buy gear, like, so you got like gear whores, and then you get people that like
Geardos.
buy, yeah, fucking hell, I hate them. You get people that will like literally, they'll sit at a game and they'll go, yeah, well, I bought this vest and it was like 400 quid. I'm like, congrats, I bought this and it was like 20 quid off eBay. Like, nobody gives a shit. Like, well done you.
Yeah.
It's like, there's a guy that I met at a game once who said, oh, I'm more legit than all of you because my assault rig has actually got metal plates in it, like bulletproof plates. And I was like,
Fucking idiot.
wow, that's awesome. How heavy's that? Like, I have foam ones just so it fits a bit better. It's like, and you get that on the community boards for Elite, where there's lots of people that just like to take photos of the ship they bought, and they go, look, I bought the ship. It's like, awesome.
It's their equivalent of taking a selfie, isn't it?
Hmm.
It's like, let me take a selfie. It looks absolutely amazing.
But like, I I've put videos up and I stream and stuff, and I've got videos of me playing Rainbow because I'm terrible at Rainbow. I've got videos of me playing Battlefield and stuff, but it's not anything to do with me wanting to make any money. It's not anything to do with me wanting to be like, oh, look how cool I am. It's literally just a thing of, I like playing these games, and we tend to have random shit happen, and we always end up breaking down into tears at some point. And I just think people want to watch it. Like, and I've recorded videos that if I didn't think were any good, I just immediately deleted them. But they've got some of our best combat in, but they're just not. We're sat here going, yeah, mate, yeah, do that, and it's like that's not fun. That's not fun at all.
Basically, you mean when it's just you and Ryan?
Yeah, pretty much. There is that one. I mean, I will apologise to Ryan because he's watching immediately. But there is that one video where for about half an hour we say about 3 words, and then Gaz comes on and suddenly everyone's chatting. It's a little bit sad. But you get it with anything. Like, you will get people that invest.
Yeah.
Like, I work full time, and I don't get how these people that go like, I've spent 7,000 hours playing this game. It's like, how the fuck have you got time? Like,
Nobody that works has that time.
no.
Nobody.
You've literally got to be a kid in your boxers, having a wank, cock in one hand, controlling the other. Let's do this. It's the only way you can do it.
But it's like,
Literally.
it's like I will use the Elite Dangerous database from time to time. I don't use it as much as I used to, because when I was on PC and stuff, I used to use it all the time because I had it on the monitor and it was there and it's easy to use. But I don't find it necessarily useful because I'm not one of these like, I need to engineer everything. My ship needs to be A grade and it needs to have this and this and this, because to me that's not fun. I just like, if I blow up, I blow up. If I lose my ship and all my credits, I lose my ship and all my credits. Like
I never once visited an engineer, so for me it's just I don't care. I just don't care.
In all honesty, I think when I started, it really not bothered me, but I felt like I had to go and get that stuff, you know. Had to
Yeah.
go and
Yeah.
do the engineering, and I still do stuff. I still do stuff. I mean, like I said last night, I was out looking for materials because obviously I wanted to finish the ship that started. But it's
Yeah.
more because I just want to do that for myself, though, not to keep up with anyone. Because
Yeah.
it was a kind of a project that I'd already started. But now,
Yeah.
I just think you can waste so much time doing that stuff in this game.
Yeah.
You can grind away for ranks, you can grind away for the credits or whatever it is you're doing, and before you know it, you've just blown a few weeks, and you've not done anything else, and
Yeah.
you've actually not enjoyed it, you know.
Yeah. That's why I took a big break from this. Like I took
Yeah, we both did, didn't we?
took a massive break from it because it got to a
It was
point.
about what? It was about 4 or 5 months, weren't it? We took off.
Yeah, yeah, because it got to a point where we were doing literally the same thing over and over again, and it was like we were doing loads of like combat missions, like bounty hunting, like going to somewhere to find someone, taking them out, getting credits for it, and it got to a point
Yeah.
where it was just like, oh, this is monotonous. Like,
Yeah.
why am I doing this? And then I went back to like playing like Rainbow Six, and I went back to playing like Battlefield, and I was like, oh, this is what I wanted to do. Look, this is me gaming, and I like it. And then I came back on because of all the updates, and all the updates are really good, and I do love it. But no doubt, in a few months, I will go, I'll take a month off, and I'll play something else. Because,
But to be fair, I think what's keeping it going is this with us lot.
yes. Yeah, like playing it with people. Like, I prefer playing games with people, because that's what they're meant to be.
Yeah, definitely not.
Hmm.
Definitely not. I've never had a PC, so I've never been into the whole PC gaming side of stuff. So the first time I ever played online was PlayStation 3,
Yep.
and it was Resistance Fallen Man.
Hmm. Love that game.
If you remember that game.
Love that
It
game.
was the first online game I've ever played.
Yeah.
Absolutely, just loved it.
Yeah.
You know, made some really good friends with that. Just played it all the time, and it was the best thing ever. So yeah, I mean, games just definitely open up and play
Yeah.
with friends, and it just makes it much more enjoyable.
Oh yeah, God yeah. Like,
We sound like we're really being educational tonight.
well, we are. We're being very informative. But it's like that one stream we did with that Canadian guy asking us loads of questions about Elite and like the Fargoids and stuff. And like, we're not experts. We're under no illusion that we're experts. But like, between me and Gaz, we know a lot about the history of Elite.
Yeah.
So we can like go, hey, here's this from like, we know this from the past, but like
Yeah.
at no point will I go, well, the best way to do this and this and this is by doing this, because I don't bloody know. Like it's like this wing mission, right? I didn't know if I fucking do it. Like, we've had to figure it out.
Yeah.
But surely that's half the fun. Like, I will watch guides and I will watch like walkthroughs and stuff. I more watch walkthroughs for games where I'm not going to buy it right away, because I just want to see what it's like. But like, I'll watch guides for this, but I won't watch them like obsessively, and I won't like sit there writing down hints, going, "Ooh, if you do this, you can get more money doing this." Because to me, that's, you know, I don't want to like the videos that I'm doing. They're not here for consumer advice. They're not here to help people get better at the game. They're here to see what, in my opinion, the potential of this game is.
Yeah.
There's plenty of other people do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. There's loads.
You know,
Like,
if you want that, then there's a good range of people doing
Yeah.
that.
yeah, exactly.
Plus it's one of those is we normally stream. Now, fair enough. If we did this on Twitch and stuff like that, probably would get a bigger fan base, get people paid to watch it because it is officially a stream. But we're not there to make a 3-4 minute video of, hi guys, we are amazing. You know, this is what we do.
I mean, literally, none of our videos have got an intro.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, one of the only videos that has an intro, I think, was from the other night where we were taking the piss out of intros.
Yes.
Yeah, like, because I'm not that, like, I used to stream on Twitch on a Sunday, and I used to have an intro. I used to come on and be like, hey guys, you know, welcome to the channel and all this shit. It's so phony, like, and it for me. Yes, I get.
It was like the other week, and I can give you a good example of it. Was you said to Roy, no names now because of, you know, like us going live and all this stuff, and so he turned around and said to Nat, guys, no names, blah blah blah, and all this stuff. We're about to go live. So I said, are we live? And you went, yeah. And then instantly I went, right then, I'm Commander Ward, this is Commander Niche, and this is Ryan Jenkins of Staffordshire, Wheaton Aston. You know, the other thing I need to tell him was his PIN number. But it was a complete piss tech joke. Of why I did it, and it was just like, kind of just to prove the point.
Yeah, like, there's certain things we won't talk about, and if we do talk about them, we'll omit a lot of details. Like we
work.
Yeah, we won't mention where we work because, like, there's people that like subscribe to my channel that I know through work, and
jobs for us.
Yeah, like, so I won't talk about work because whatever you do, it's going to get back to somebody. Like, and I won't give full names of people. If I mention people, it's always first names, and if you know who that person is, great. If you don't know who that person is, even better. Like, but I won't call Gaz by his fucking gamer tag. I won't sit there going like, hey, Ward 69010189, because I'm like, if I was trying to make money from it and protect, like, desperately, then I would. But it don't matter. Like, you know, I'm on Facebook, and I'm relatively easy to find on Facebook because of YouTube. Like, and I post in my name on the community boards. Like, if somebody wants to find me, it's quite easy to find me.
Yeah.
Like, and if people want to find out who the people I play with regularly, again, it's all on Facebook. You can kind of guess who people are by their names. But
yeah,
I just don't get the whole, like, we're only going to use gamer tags. Like, the only reason we said don't use, like, names is because they were having a discussion about people that they didn't like, and they were and they were saying some pretty, like, harsh stuff, and I was like, look, don't mention names because it can get you into trouble, because it was like, someone could say it's slander. So I was like,
I think it's fair enough.
Yeah, like, but I mean, other than that, we don't. I think literally one time Gaz went, hi and welcome to the channel. I think that was, like, literally one time.
Yeah. Ironically, it was halfway through a stream that I went, hi, welcome, by the way, if anyone was watching it.
Yeah. Yeah. And, like, every now and again I'll say, oh, hello, because someone pops up on the stream, but it's not like I'm massively, like, professional. It's not like, oh, hey, Mr. whatever your name is. I just go, ooh, there's somebody here.
It's less Total Biscuit.
I might, does that mean I'm going to have to change the name of the video in it when I edit it and put plus special guest?
No, I've already told you it needs to be one idiot, two retards, and a Scot.
Yes. But it's like, it's like, I'll put it like this, right? If you look at some of our other videos where we recorded instead of just live streaming it and recording it like that, where I recorded footage and then edited it, they're really good. But then I was like, this is going to take ages, because it took me a day to edit them.
Yeah.
And I don't have a day to sit around editing videos. Like, I have 2 days off a week, and I usually want to spend them, if Rach is off, I want to spend them with my wife. If she's not off, I want to sit around in my underpants and do nothing. Like, I don't have, like, if it was my job, then great, but I wouldn't be making money from it
It'd
if
be
it was my
different.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be making money from it if it was my job, because I've got like, what, 6 subscribers, and I have an average of 20 views on a video. I am not going to be
Yeah.
rolling in millions. Like, and the fact
It's
that
all about the
we,
fun.
we swear a lot and we say things that I hope that a lot of people out there understand are not our actual opinions and they are just in jest. But
Yeah.
we don't take ourselves seriously, and some of the things we say and some like we swear sometimes, and if we were making money we couldn't do that. We couldn't be ourselves. No, well, I fucking
With
hope
what?
not. All the names in it. It's all 3 idiots in a ship.
I'll finish it. Yeah.
Yeah, literally, we just came up with it because we were like 3 idiots and we're
Yeah.
in one ship. Well, fuck it, 3 idiots in a ship.
I think it was either me or you that said that first, and we was like, yeah, do that.
Yeah,
Because
do
the
that.
thing is what we're making is we're showing that we're just free mates taking the piss out of each other, having fun. And it's a bit of having a laugh. It's a bit satire sort of thing with stuff that we talk about. Fair enough, views and opinions differ to real life view and opinions, and we are careful with things that we say. Like a lot of people would get offended by the fact that, like earlier on in this video, I mentioned Madeleine McCann. But
It says that a lot.
everyone's got to realise. So I say it quite a lot, and I have views and opinions on the real life situation. Right, I won't digress into that. But a lot of people find that sort of stuff funny. It's just a bit of satire, it's a bit of humour. But I'm not going to end up in an argument with someone over a game because I've mentioned that person in a certain aspect when it isn't. Because to me, they're taking it out of context. I'm not taking it out of context, they are. Because it's just mates having a laugh, saying what they normally say, but to a certain degree. If that makes sense.
You know, people need to take stuff for what it is, you know, and not just
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, unfortunately, the world is full of very, well, it's full
Strange people.
of, yeah, and it's like me and Rach have this discussion a lot because she likes to play devil's advocate sometimes when we're talking about stuff and we both have the exact same opinion. She will deliberately pick the opposite opinion just to play devil's advocate.
Yes.
You know, there's some things that like we'll talk about, and I think if some people heard the conversations that we have, sometimes they'd worry.
Yeah.
Like, but we both know that, like everyone, like it's like when we meet up on a Sunday and there's loads of people there, the first thing everybody does is take the piss out of each other and insult each other. But I
Yeah.
wouldn't do that to everybody in the street. It's not like I'm going up to everyone in the
Yeah.
street and going dickhead. But I'll say it to Gaz. I'll say it to Ryan. Like when I see
Admittedly,
Ryan,
the first time I ever met Ryan, I called him a dickhead, but I think that was justified after 5 minutes of meeting him.
yeah, but like when I see Ryan on a Sunday, I'll go, oh Jesus, it's you. Like, but I wouldn't like. It's not like I go up to random
is.
people in the street and be like, oh, you're a dickhead. Like I don't.
Yeah, it's just not social banter, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that don't take it like that.
Get it? Don't get it.
Yeah.
Because the thing is with airsoft, it is heavy armed forces based humour. Because a lot of ex-forces play airsoft, use it as an outlet. So things like that. So we are, you know, if it's one of those, if you don't get the sense of humour straight away, pretty much, you're screwed.
Yes.
Yeah,
And-
I mean, you'll know if you're going to fit into that kind of environment or not, aren't you? Really?
Yeah,
And if
because
you don't, then, you know,
it's
just step away from it.
the thing is, it's with airsoft, like it happens to me sometimes when my blood sugars go a bit blah, blah, blah. It's high, it's like a high aggression to a nothing.
Yeah.
Like 1 minute you're firing at each other and you're shouting at each other and you're like, you're a prick and you're a dickhead and all this, But then the next minute you're in the safe
Yeah.
zone, you're all drinking a cup of tea, shaking hands, and like having a fag.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all about.
Yeah, but there's a lot of
Yeah.
people that find that a very difficult environment to deal with because they can't do that separation of that's out there, this is in here. And like,
Yeah.
I have it with some people I know, and there's some people I know that, like me and them will argue, like, and people say like, oh, it's terrible because we'll shout all sort of abuse at each other, and then 10 minutes later we're fine. Like, people joke about some of the things, like, people say I shouldn't say some of the things I say to Rachel, but we have the sort of relationship where I call her horrible names, and she calls me horrible names, but it doesn't.
That's like me and Lauren.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. We take the piss out of each other, and like, you know, my wife is like a size 8. If she ever watches this video and I've got that wrong, I apologise profusely. She's a size 8. Yes, I'm in massive trouble. Right.
You could have been worse. You could have said between a size 8 and an 18.
Yes, right. But right, I take the piss out of her because every now and again she'll sit on the sofa and she'll eat a bar of chocolate, or she'll have like a load of biscuits, right? And I go, you need to slow down on them, you big fat cat. So you're getting fatter, and you know you're massive already. And like, and she, like when we go to bed, and she takes up half the bed, I'm like, this is what I mean. You're too fat. You're taking up the bed, right? But she says horrible things to me, and we just agree that it's a bit of a laugh. But I know people that can't be like that because they can't seem to separate that thing of we're all having a bit of joke. We're adults. At the end of the day, if you're an adult, it's your decision. At the end of the day, you know, I have not lived nearly 29 years on this planet to worry about upsetting people.
Yeah, well, there's people too sensitive though.
Oh,
Especially in this day and age.
I mean,
Oversensitivity.
I mean, you've got all
Millennials.
you've got all the social justice warriors, right? Now, some of the things people say, I totally agree with, because there are some things that happen in this world that shouldn't happen. But some of the things I've heard people complain about are ridiculous. Like, you know, like these safe zones in American colleges, right? So that people can say what they want to say. Say what you want to say in the street. I fucking do. Like,
What's this? What's the Americans? What's it? Safe zone?
it's a safe space.
It's basically a room that you can go into so you can say exactly what you want and walk out and feel rehydrated from life. I'm told everything I need to tell.
and you can go in that space and everything you say is fine and no one will judge you for it. Right?
Yeah.
Now, I get told, the one thing I get told a lot, and most people totally believe it, totally agree with me, is I'm very much like Marmite, right? Because I don't pussyfoot around, right? Like, I'm very, like,
to the point.
Yes, right? And a lot of people don't like that. Now, I do not get upset if people don't like me. I just go, that's fine. Like, I'm not going to die. Yeah, I'm not going to die. Yeah, like, I'm not going to die because you don't like me. Like, I'm
But
going
I hope you die because you don't like me.
But it's like, something happened to me recently where people deliberately went out of their way to do something. Now, they believed that I would be upset by it, and I wasn't. And I was like, but you can't then go, well, you are a bit of a dick, and then not expect me to then go, I'll be a bit of a dick then, because you've just given me the fucking fuel for it. But like, I don't know how many people I've met in my life, and I can guarantee you less than 5% of them probably like me, but that's fine, because the people that like me and the people I get on with and the people I choose to hang out with, it's cool.
So the thing is, I'm very similar to that, because if I've got a problem with someone, I'll tell them to the face.
Yeah.
Oh no, I won't pussyfoot with it. I'll tell them to the face. fair enough. If I hear something that they've been slagging me off or something, I'll go out of my way to make them feel bad.
Yeah.
But if they don't like me, they don't like me. You know, it's a case of, okay, you go on with your merry life and I'll get on with mine.
Yeah.
So what? I don't care.
It's very
You
much
know,
like Scottish
can't
people.
please anyone.
That's the way it should be, though.
Yes.
The problem
Yeah.
is, these days, there's too many platforms for people to.
There's too many snowflakes.
It's the thing of everyone's told they're special. Everybody's told their
Yeah.
opinion matters, and your life is special. And yes, people's opinions matter, but not as much as you think they do.
Do you know what does my nut in the most with this generation, especially the millennials, is they can't be good for being good anymore. You can't. It's not amazing to come first now. It's amazing to come last, because they'll still give them a ribbon to say, "Oh, well done, you were so amazing
Yes.
because you were the worst one out of all
Yes.
everyone."
Participation
You know what I mean?
medals. That's
Yes.
something that really winds me up. Like, I understand that if you're not particularly good at something, you may not win all the time, or you may not get the highest awards or the highest grades and exams and stuff. But I never got any of that, and I turned out
No, I
relatively okay. Like, I wasn't the
I
fastest
understand.
runner. Yeah,
I
like,
understand. I wasn't the fastest runner. I would have been the fastest pie eater. I get. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to give me a merit for something I can't do
yes,
or not
but-
very good at that.
Yes, it's like, I know it sometimes sounds mean, but like, say, for example, if someone's not very good at singing, then I'll tell them, can you please stop singing? Because,
Yeah, don't go on fucking X Factor so everyone can see that you can't sing.
yeah, like, I
Yeah,
have a way,
exactly.
Look how many people go on that show don't think they're great.
Yeah.
People tell them how great they
but
are.
like, this is
Yeah.
the thing, right? Like, I will say, like, I say to people, oh, who sings this song again? And they'll tell me, and I go, yeah, I thought it was. Definitely wasn't you, though, was it? Like, just be quiet. Like, I know I'm not particularly good at singing, and if someone tells me to stop singing, I go, yeah, all right. Like, someone at work, some customer at work said, don't quit your day job, and I was like, I don't think I will. Like, I wish I could, but I don't think I will. But the problem is, it's like, I played with an American on this a few weeks ago, and he got super offended when I read a news article about a shooting that had happened in California of a young girl who had managed to get access to a gun and shot someone. Right now, I said, it's just my opinion, but this is why there should be gun control. Not necessarily strict gun control, because it's part of your whatever, but there should be more.
But that's
to
not
do.
against the Second Amendment.
Yes, right. But
Yeah.
he then immediately logged off, right? And then sent me a message saying, how dare I speak about things I don't understand. And I said to him, you know what? I don't quite understand. Like, I joke with people because I have a lot of airsoft guns, and everyone always jokes about with me and says, oh, I bet if you lived in America, you'd be that gun nut. And I was like, do you know what? I'm not actually into real guns that much, because real guns are
Yeah.
scary and kill people. Like, so I said, from a British perspective, from an English perspective, from a country where guns are very rare, I said, it doesn't make any sense to have a gun. But if he said something like that to me, I wouldn't have got so offended that I had to switch off. Like, the one lad said I sounded like I was 15 and that he thought I was living in my mother's basement. And I just went, yeah, you're probably right. Like, the real joke of the matter is probably he's living in his mother's basement and I'm living in a lovely house with my wife. So, like,
And he's probably been touched up in the basement.
Yeah,
you know, by
like-
his dad.
yeah, like, the thing is, it's like, Gaz is the same. We have a very dark sense of humour,
Yes.
right? But I know it's not for everybody. But the second I know it's not for somebody, I won't force it down your throat. And the problem with people having the platforms they have, like Facebook and Twitter, is it's constantly shoved down your throat.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, how many I have people on my Facebook that go like, my children eat nothing but organic foods, and it's like, good for you. Like,
But the thing is, though, with all the platforms that are out there, you just need to know when to switch off.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
A lot of people can't do that. They can't disconnect. So, it's like they feel it's getting forced down their throat. They don't pull themselves away from it.
Watch for oncoming traffic when passing through the
And the
airport.
problem is that they take it as their Bible as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like my mum, she absolutely lives on Facebook. Fair enough, she's at that age where she doesn't work anymore. You know, she's got a lot of free time, she can do that, but she lives that every single post and every single moment. So put something as a bit of gossip, and it's whatever she reads is for real. But some
Yes.
people literally live like that every day of their lives whilst working. It's like the norm with them.
It's easy to get sucked in, isn't it, sometimes?
Well, like,
Yeah.
I mean, like my Facebook, right? I have people moaning that I haven't got them on Facebook, and I say to him, you know what? Do you want to know what you're missing? You're missing me posting that I'm streaming online, and you're missing photos of a game that we played, because I don't post on
Yeah.
Facebook very rarely, and if I post something on there, it's usually like the other day I was really ill, and I posted up there like, fucking I'm so ill, right? But the last thing I actually wrote and posted before that, I think, was something like in the airport. Oh no, was landed in England because we'd been on holiday,
Yeah.
and I posted that we'd landed back safe in England and that we were home. But like that was beginning of February. It was the last thing I wrote out and posted. So, but I see people that post, I'd say every 20 minutes, and I just switch.
Yeah.
Don't have time for that.
No, I don't like. I had a friend who put on Twitter taking a shit, and I was like, why did I need to know that? Like, what's the achievement in me knowing that you've gone to the toilet? Like, congrats. Like, do you want an award for that? Because it's not an achievement.
It's the 24-hour. You know, this is my child. upload.
Oh yeah, I hate that. I
Oh,
hate
God.
that. This is my little.
Oh my
look at
God.
my
Look at-
amazing
yeah.
boy. Like, no.
Look at Freddie, he's done his first ever poo. We got up early this morning together. Yeah, so did everybody else on the planet. Get over yourself.
Well, my one is, I always tell Rach this. When people post about how amazing their lives are, it actually means that their lives are terrible.
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
very
Like they're like,
true.
oh, sitting on a mountaintop with my wonderful family, and I'm like, that pretty much means they're sat on a bank somewhere and kids are being dickheads.
Can of cider.
Like, it's like every time someone posts my wonderful children, I'm like, I know they're kids. They're dickheads. Like, they're horrible. Like, they're not angels. Like, do you know your children? But unfortunately, a lot of them are related to me, so I have to put up with it.
How are we doing on this whole mission now? I tell you what, that's a lot of topics we've just gone through in the last
We are
half an hour.
Yeah.
pretty much.
I do
we're-
apologise if we're boring you, by the way.
No, not at all. But what I will say is I'm going to have to log off
That's fine.
because I've
Yeah.
got work in the morning.
What is it you do?
Just wondering. I drive a telehandler on a construction site.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
It's just right on my doorstep.
Oh, it's alright then.
We live at a construction site.
It's just on the outside of it. It's literally like 2 minute walk.
That's not bad.
He buys a new house on every site he builds on. Just so
Yeah.
that he just has to get out of bed and drive. Oh, fair play, dude.
Well,
But
we're
it's been nice to meet you, man.
We've put a fair bit away there.
yeah. Well, we're like, I'm gonna do a bit more and see where I can get up to. But if we've got like 22 hours, so we've got loads of time.
I,
I'll be out capsule tomorrow as well.
to be honest, To be honest, for me, that is only it's less than 10 deliveries for me. So I could probably do that before I get up in the morning.
Well,
What are you pushing now?
I can do 164 per run.
Okay.
well, yeah,
So I
we're
can
usually
probably finish it off.
on most nights, and if you're ever on and you see one of us on, you can always just send us a message and we'll
Yeah, man, absolutely.
yeah, because it's good to have new people. Yeah, it's good to have new people.
Some topical conversation.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's been extreme tonight.
Yeah. It's new people. That's what it is. It's like, oh, we gotta impress new people. But seriously, if you watch the previous videos, you'll see that we descend quickly into madness. Usually.
Yeah.
Contact confirmed.
Look for you'll know which one the boring one is, video, because I'm not in it. And then I'll come halfway into it.
Yeah, it's like
And then that's when it all changes.
it's like 2 hours. It's like a 2-hour video, and then like right at the end, Gaz gets beaten up by his missus, and it's the funniest thing I've ever. Like I wet myself. I was laughing so
I need to
much.
check that one out.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah, because it comes along with I know who wears the pants or something, you know, rules the roof in this relationship. She was in the room, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm only kidding, sorry. And then that
Please
was
don't
it. She
hurt
jumped
me.
on top of me, pinned me to the bed.
The funny thing is, Gaz is like over 6 foot. He's a big lad. Lauren's not. Lauren's not. Like,
She's like 4 foot and a fag end.
yeah, like she's.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Oh yes.
Yeah, but literally, I was literally lying, looking at now, like across the bed, headphones on. I was like, I'm kidding, love you. Then she got on the bed and pinned me down, and I was just like, fucking bitch. But it is hilarious. I've listened back to it now.
4 foot of fighting fury.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Rach. Rach is like 4'11", and I'm a foot taller than her, but I wouldn't want to take on in a fight.
Now it's no fire zone. Safe
Yeah.
travels, Commander.
Drive charging.
Right, guys, I'm gonna have to go.
Yep.
Get some sleep.
Speak to you later, dude.
Good speaking to you.
Yeah.
Hopefully catch up with you again.
Yeah, speak to you later,
Yeah,
dude.
definitely, man. Anytime, dude. Anytime, come on.
Bye bye.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
See ya.
Bye.
We'll see you in a bit.
Oh.
I think I'm going to have to get myself a drink in a minute.
Sounds like a plan.
Frameshift drive.
I like
I'm
this
just coming into
mission.
the
I like this mission. I think this is quite a nice thing to do.
It's chilling.
Yeah, it's like playing Farm Simulator. Not that I've ever played Farm Simulator. So I have a full-time job. I don't need another full-time job. But
Farm results.
yeah, because you're in a
Anyway,
dock
you-
now, so.
Okay. It's parking up there.
Fuel swapping.
I'll have a look, see how much we've got left to do as well. Because I reckon I could probably finish this off tonight.
Hang on, I can look. We've got 1,108, and we need 2,849. So we're what? Just 1,700.
Mm.
And how many can you take?
So one sec, so look. 164.
So yeah, it's like with my 16, it's like eight trips.
Well, that's
maybe?
180.
Yeah. So it's not many.
It's between 5 and... No, hold on. What, we need to deliver another...
1,700.
What? We don't. Hold on, let me get this right.
Ryan posted earlier, there was a post on Facebook you can get paid for your trophies and trade credits for games. I don't know how real that is.
I've never heard of that.
No. That seems like a weird thing.
I've generally never heard of that. Never known that at all.
No.
Right, we're back in set. Just gonna grab a
Yeah.
drink.
See if I can do it like this, boys. Speed is good. I'm gonna cock it up if I do it like that. Eight. And boom.
Lincoln, November Echo Echo. This is flight control. Please note that access to the station is by authorization only. Request approved. Clear for landing on docking bay. You are clear. Contact. Dispatching ground crew. Enjoy your visit, Commander.
Right.
Ship released. Watch for oncoming traffic when passing through the airlock. This to this station is by authorization only. Leave this area at once.
Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scoping. Fuel sync disengaged.
Hello. Oh. So, how many more have we got to do? Oh, I've got a fair few. Not too many. Horizons definitely. Though I don't use the SRVs very often, but the fact you can go onto the planets is pretty cool. But thank you, Adventure Hex.
Meet the back.
We've just been asked a question. Which edition do you recommend? I recommend Horizons.
Yeah.
Because of the planet stuff. 'Cause it's really cool.
And to be honest, because of the stuff that they're also updating and changing and adding on, some of it is included into the Horizons,
Yeah.
and it isn't to the normal package.
Yeah, I think
And to be honest, you're not paying much more difference for the Horizons.
I think the planet detail was one of the things that in Horizons you get nice looking planets, but in the
Yeah.
standard ones they're still a bit crummy.
Yeah.
Not that they were crummy,
Always
just,
Horizons.
yeah, they were just like dull.
And it's not just that. When you start getting bigger ships, you can't do planet approaches and land on planets. So where some of the systems you're at, the planet ones are the only ones you can land on.
Yeah, yeah, and then you're basically screwed.
Yeah, because of the size of the ship. So yeah, whoever's asked that, Horizons.
Yeah, Adventure Hex his name is, or her name.
I liked that, Stu.
Yeah, he's a good lad. Definitely playing him again. Definitely playing him again. It's fun.
Please make your way to landing pad 19.
And he'll have a
And he
nice-
gets our madness.
Oh yeah, well, it's a very rare brand of madness, unfortunately, but
And he didn't want to commit suicide immediately after meeting Ryan, so that's a good side.
that is always a good sign.
You have entered a no-fire zone. Any act of aggression
If you
will be
haven't
dealt
to
with
stop watching
immediately.
this, I am joking, Ryan.
You're approved for operating the docking sequence.
He's not.
You are still our third nut job to this.
Yeah. No, he's
I look,
he's good. He's yeah, he fits in, which is always a plus.
yeah. And it's good to see a player that's coming from a different angle of the game, because he's somebody that's done the particular stuff, you know, and also does a lot of the running
Yeah.
as well. And also it's a very different tack to what we do.
Yes.
So it's good insight to see that side.
Yeah. 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 Because none of us, well, Ryan to an extent, but none of us are like do materials or engineers really. So it's good to have someone on board that kind of, if we ever get asked a question like that, we've now got someone who can give us a bit of an insight to it.
Yeah. And it'll be more plausible to Ryan's outlook. I'm kidding.
He's not.
Yeah.
We are.
At maximum capacity.
We're not doing too badly. We are not doing too badly at all.
And to be fair, it's a jock, so you can never lose with a jock.
No, we play Rainbow sometimes with a guy from Scotland, and he hasn't been on for a while, but he's a good laugh. And we did play with another kid from Scotland, but no, we stopped hearing from him after he bit a paramedic.
What?
Yeah, he bit a paramedic. I wish I was joking, but he bit a paramedic and then kind of stopped hearing from him for a while.
Wow.
Yeah, he was. He said he was on something, and he took a bit too much and bit a paramedic, as you do.
Just a standard Saturday night.
Yeah. Wolverhampton.
You couldn't have took the words right in the mouth on that one.
Frame shift drive charging.
Oh god.
This
So how
is
have you
gonna
actually
be.
done with the chat today?
I mean, it's mainly Ryan, but we've had like, I'd say probably 9 or so views. I mean, we've got a viewer right now. Hello, viewer. No, it's.
Frame shift
I
drive
do like it when people ask questions and people sort of get involved.
Yeah.
But most of my views come from, like, most of the views on these videos come from after, like, people sort of, I think people sort of see them, was posted them on the community boards and have watched them afterwards. Sort of like, some people will watch it tomorrow kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, the offer's always there if people want to comment on the community boards on the videos, and I'll do my best to comment back. Usually Ryan posts about 50,000 messages back. But no, I'm not joking. That guy we've been playing with today, I think I posted about 4 or 5 messages to him just saying, yeah, if you want to come play and whatever. But then Ryan sent like a string of comments, and it's like,
Please come, I'm lonely.
it was like, no, come play. It was like, oh, okay, calm down, Ryan. You're like that over keen girl. You're like the fat chick at a disco. Like, slow it down.
The dog that has the ball in his mouth and standing right next to the door.
Yes. But
And I am actually still talking about that fat girl.
yeah, I thought you were. But no, it's. I mean, anybody from the community, you know, if they like what they see, like what they hear, should I say, not what they see, because obviously today the gameplay hasn't been killing and explosions, but it's been a nice change, I think.
Yeah. It's been a nice chill to get to know someone new as well.
Yeah, and I mean this will take me to over 2 million credits. This mission will take me about 2.5 million, which puts me firmly on the way of upgrading a decent combat and cargo ship. Because
Yeah.
I guarantee you, it's going to start getting more important as the Thargoids get closer and further and further into the bubble.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the a couple of the community events. that that are directly involving Thargoids. They're like calling for like the different depending on what you have to be a part of a faction, which is the only downside to it. But it's like one's running supplies and one's like combat, and there's like wind conditions, and if it ran for like a week, I think it was, and if the wind conditions were hit before the event was over, it would immediately end. But it was basically like Thargoid ships in the bubble, and it was like, because you know that they did that little trailer of the ship in combat.
Yeah.
It was basically like that, but with like all the factions fighting against the Thargoids. So maybe the factions might start sort of not being as strict with where you can go, which would mean there'd be more of an advantage to joining a faction instead of like it has been.
Yeah, where the advantage is only minor.
Yeah, and like I only joined a faction so I could get the achievement. Like,
yeah,
it was an easy achievement. It's like one of them, I think like the best reward is a mining laser, and it's like it does more damage against hulls, but you can't use a mining laser against a ship, so it's kind of pointless.
So what's the point of it then?
Yeah, it's kind of pointless. I think there's one, I think out of all of them there's one weapon, and if I remember correctly, and it's like an electronic disable, like it switches off all their like shields and stuff momentarily, and like that's the only one I've seen so far where I was like, ooh, that's quite tempting, because most of the weapon ones are like expensive, because they're like missiles, and missiles are great, but they're really expensive to rearm.
It's one of those where you're not going to use it all the time.
Well, yeah, it's like when their guys killed us that the other week. Like they hit us with, I'm pretty sure they were in one of the factions that gives you the swarm missiles, like the crazy powerful swarm missiles. You only use them when you've taken someone's shields down to nothing, and but I like the idea of having missiles and stuff, but I prefer the idea of laser beams because they look cool. I don't play sci-fi games to have realistic technology. I play sci-fi games so I can blow shit up with lasers. It's that simple.
Exactly. There's no point of trying to be 100% realistic.
No. Boring. If I want to play a simulator, you play like Flight Simulator X.
Exactly.
Right, I've delivered 16, which has taken us to 1304. We're getting there.
I've delivered a grand total of 740. You've done a grand total of 88.
Oh, yes. Every little helps.
No. It's all about them pennies.
I am in a ship that is considerably smaller.
Dude, I don't mind at all.
Yeah, I got this ship just so I could get out to everyone's location. But I have kind of fallen in love a little bit with it.
Really?
It's a nice little ship, and it looks cool. And granted, it's probably not the best combat ship, and it's not even a really good haulage ship, because my cargo capacity, unless I stripped everything out and just put cargo in, it's not the best for that. But it's a little bit cool looking, like it looks like that sort of ragtag space pirate-y kind of thing. And I do like the fact it's fucking bright yellow racing stripes on it. Like it just makes no sense. It's very utilitarian, which is quite cool. And
Yeah.
I will get a big. I'm looking at the Chieftain because I like the idea of the Chieftain, but this does me
Speed
perfect for me.
restrictions are now lifted.
Because I know I
She's
can.
cheap.
I don't think it's that expensive, if I remember correctly. I think because it's new, you can get it fairly cheap for now. This is where I get proved horrifically wrong. Settlement. Where is he? Right, so I'm on straight trajectory. Chieftain. Dangerous. Cost. Let's have a look. It is 19 million.
That's not bad.
No, it has 4 utility points, 3 small hard points, 1 medium and 2 large. And they're saying if you want to fully kit it out, it's about 28 million to fully do everything to tip top spec. So it's got some nice guns on it.
For me, it's not worth getting rid of the Python then.
No, the Python, for me, it's either the Chieftain because it looks awesome, but to get the Chieftain, it's going to be a heck of a grind because as I say, after this, I'll be on 2.5 mil.
Yeah.
So, but to me, I was looking at the Python because I like the look of the Python, and the Python's a wicked ship. And we don't need an Anaconda. So, realistically, I'm probably going to end up going the Python route because I like the Pythons. But
By the sounds of it, you can kit it out that little bit more than you can have Chieftain as well.
yeah. My only thing is, if by the time I've got the credits, because the rate that we make credits, by the time I've got the credits, my luck, there'll be something else that's come out, and I'll be like, ooh, shiny, so. I mean, eventually it will be a large ship, because when we're in a wing. And the Python's got better jump range as well than the Anaconda as well. If you kit it properly. Yes, they're not as big and they're not as imposing, but they're fast. They've got good jump rate, and if we've got 2 Pythons in the Anaconda, we've got a decent set of 3. And we've got the Asp Explorer now with us, and they're great. I mean, they're awesome. They're really good for a lot of all-rounders. They cost a lot of money to have it as an all-rounder, but we'll have everything we need. And then they'll probably launch the massive giant ships, and we'll be like, oh, now we need to grind to get one of them. Because that'd be, I mean, a big ship would be super duper useful, but Ryan is not piloting.
No, he's not.
It can be a fight, but we don't need a fight. That's the great thing. When carriers eventually do come in, and please Frontier, please give us carriers soon. Carriers will be awesome for the fact that we'll be able to launch an Anaconda from it or a Python from it, and that would be so useful.
Reduce your speed immediately, Commander.
It's just the insurance side of it.
Oh yeah, it'll definitely be. They'll definitely do it as a community things, and I would imagine they do it as a group buy and a group insurance, because it would, an Anaconda is what 150 odd million. Like a carrier would be, I would imagine, like Stu said earlier, it would probably be billions.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not something that everybody's going to have, which in a way is a good thing as well, because
Yeah.
would we
You're
want...
not going to get fucking annihilated by a fucking cruiser.
Yeah, like...
5 seconds.
Yeah, like... The great thing is even now you don't see constant anacondas. You don't see constant, like, these big, massive...
Don't even see constant pythons, really. Either.
No, like, and that's good, because you don't see... You're not constantly getting hit by just wave after wave of just these over-engineered combat ships. It's like Fleur de Lance, right? Fleur de Lance and the Imperial Eagle, they're really good ships, but you don't see them all the time because they're really expensive. Which means when you do see one and you do come across one, it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love a Fleur de Lance because they look a lot like the Vipers from Battlestar, but they're really expensive. And the weapons setup on them I'm not a big fan of, because it's got a large weapon point, but it's underneath. And I'm not a massive fan of having a large weapon underneath, because I feel like you're kind of overexposing yourself slightly, because you have to constantly make sure you're slightly above them.
You are now clear of station.
Like I do think that they will probably at some point, like we have straight cargo ships. I reckon at some point we will have a straight combat ship, because the Anaconda is not a straight combat ship. That's how people use it, but it's not. But I reckon at some point, maybe when the Thargoids start getting really aggressive, that we're going to have a straight combat ship, which will have large guns.
It
like,
makes sense.
Yeah, like have large guns at the front. Or like where you have multi-crew, have it.
Just
like
to be honest, an Anaconda is a passenger liner or a hauler. That should be what it's made for. It's got the amount of cargo space.
Yeah.
Well, potential cargo space.
Yeah, because I've seen people do the same with an Anaconda that they do with a Dolphin.
Yeah.
Or a Beluga. Like, they're all the same kind of ship, it's just the package. So a straight combat ship would be pretty cool. Like a big, aggressive one. Not like a fighter. Yeah. We've got fighters. But like a big... Like a kind of a small destroyer or a small battleship where you've got... Like, it'd be cool if you could have 2 gunners in a ship. Because you could do so much with 2 gunners.
Yeah. That I'll completely agree with on that one.
Because we do alright with a fighter and a gunner. Right? We do great with a fighter and a gunner. But if we had 2 gunners, the amount of firepower you could put down on a target, 2 separate targets, or from any angle, would just be awesome. But that's why things like Star Citizen do that, where you can have multiple gunners in ships, because that's what that game's designed around. It's designed around having big multi-crews, like, you know. Some of them ships, they can have like 6 or 7 people on board, and you've got like 3 gunners, you've got a guy in an engineering station, you've got a captain, and you've got a navigator and a pilot and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, maybe Elite will go that route, maybe they won't, but I think Elite's a lot more accessible. It's a lot easier to play than Star Citizen. You don't have as much invested in as Elite as well. Like, you're not constantly putting money into Elite.
The only thing I have now faith with Elite, with Specialist Flights, is I've watched a couple of the live streams that they did on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it kind of feels like, and I do apologise if anyone ever watches this, that they're kind of wet lettuces.
Yeah. Like, there's no risk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that you see on there, and it's just like, well, clearly you know this game inside out, you know, and it's your baby. But it's kind of like, you listen to them and thinking, you're clearly a thick as shit and don't know what the consumer wants. And you like the idea of things people are being suggested, but you don't take them in and
Yeah.
do it.
It's that
Sort of thing.
it's that age-old argument though. Like, does a developer listen to everything a community has to say and try and put as much in as possible, or do they turn around and say, we have a vision and this is what we're going to achieve? Because
Yeah.
there are games out there that have listened to communities and done everything a community has asked, and then people have demanded more and more and more, and then it breaks because there's so much in there that doesn't quite fit. Now, I think I've watched some of the live streams and I've read the developer notes and the blogs and stuff, and there are some really cool ideas they've got. And yes, they do listen to certain elements of the communities, but they tend to listen to the people that are like the hardcore elite players.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's fine, but you can't lump everyone into that hardcore play, because not everybody, like we said, not everybody invests every hour of every spare minute they've got into this game.
Yeah.
And like, you will end up having people that are put off. Like, 12 months ago, I know loads of people who played this game, and 12 months ago there were people that, like I played Rainbow with, that played this game, but they wouldn't play it now because it's some of the things on it are just slightly too in-depth and require you to do just a little bit more. Like the Guardian sites, right? I won't do the Guardian sites, and I won't. Yeah, and I won't do the Fargoid sites. I might go and do a flyby, but I won't go and like visit them, because the Guardian sites you have to do a puzzle.
What?
And yeah, like, so the Guardian sites, to get the full out of the site, you have to like activate a bunch of towers, and then there's like a ball or something appears, and then you have to do something with that to get it into a center console for a light to shoot up into the sky, and then that's it, because they're like, oh, the next bit of this is going to happen with the next major update. So there's like, and I know why they're doing it, they're putting like things in so that we can learn the lore and we can discover the secrets.
Yeah.
But because of the way that the gaming community works and things like that, like, I don't have to do it because somebody else has done it, and yes, I might do it for myself one day, but I can watch somebody else do it.
And it's not as if it's something that's ever going to go away.
Yeah, like, I could do it at any point. Like, the only thing I can see it if it's ever going to go away would be something like they decide that the site gets wiped out. Like, let's say in the future the Fargoids do a massive push into the bubble and destroy the sites, because they're saying that is the Guardian sites, are they there to call the Guardians? Are they there to like signal that we need help? Because they're saying that we need to stop the Fargoids getting to the Fargoid sites because it's like fueling stations. And they're saying, is it the same for the Guardians? They're like, well, we won't know unless they put the Guardians in. But we'll know about it because they'll announce it.
Yeah.
So we don't need to dick around with a puzzle. Like we're not going out and getting like the experimental weaponry to take on the Fargoids, and we haven't taken on a Fargoid in combat and stuff. Doesn't mean we're not going to do it in the future, but we're like, none of us have. I think the only one of us that's expressed major interest in like sort of investigating and stuff is Ryan, which is fine. Like, and if I'm on and like say me and him are the only two on or something, and he's like, look, I really want to go investigate, then we'll go and investigate. I've got no problem with that. But I'm in no rush at all to investigate.
I like trying new things, which is why I come out here.
Yes.
And I investigated a lot of stuff out here just to see what the knack was and what was going on. And Thargoid activity was like absolutely mental compared to what was going on anywhere near the bubble. Which is why I said to him, you need to get out here and have a look. If you want to see stuff going on and something different,
Yeah.
it's out here. And to be honest, I think it's made more of a game being out of the bubble than it's been
Oh
in it,
yeah.
isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Have you seen the percentage of the galaxy that's been explored? That they published the results for how much of the actual galaxy has been explored by players.
No.
It's like it's like less than 1%. It's like point something percent, and they're like, in 30 years, if people keep exploring on this game the way they're exploring, we'll have explored 1% of the galaxy.
Fucking hell.
Because loads of people are moaning that, you know, like they said, the whole thing of if you find a place that hasn't been discovered before, and you're the first person, you get your tag on it. And people are like going, yeah, but there's all of them are PC tags because the PC gamers were here first. They're like, yeah, but if you really want it and you go out far enough, like there's very little of the, because there's a guy who's made like a map of all the explored places, and then he's made like road maps on like how to get places and the best routes to take, and there's so much of it that's unexplored because people are sticking to effectively like shipping lanes. Like nobody's going, ooh, I need to get here, but hey, fuck it, let's go, you know, let's go 50 jumps that way just to see what's out there. So they're saying like it's very unlikely that that this galaxy that they have created, that anyone will explore it like to its full extent, which is cool.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to go out, because I wanted to explore for a change.
Yeah, well that's the thing, like once I've got enough credits, I'm thinking I might strip this completely down and make it an exploration ship. Just kit it as light as I can to get as much jumps as I can and get as much fuel as I can, and just go out and see the vastness and see what happens. Because for all we know, now I know if anyone watches this and decides to comment and call me an idiot, I know the Guardians aren't in the game yet. But wouldn't it be cool if they were, and they were just waiting somewhere and nobody had explored it yet because nobody goes out there? I mean, that's the thing that would be cool. Like, or find some sort of weird Thargoid, like massive Thargoid ship that we didn't know about before. That's out there, that's waiting for its moment, like in the deep dark parts of the galaxy. Like, and that's the things that intrigue me about this game, that we're effectively just farming and doing what we're doing, but we're all competent enough that there'll be a point where we all decide, you know what, let's kit a ship out, let's go and see what's out in the universe. Because like if you hadn't come out here, we wouldn't have known about the Thargoids being out, like all the activity. And to be fair, you've had some of the better Thargoid encounters. Like that one that pulled you out, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because every time I'm with Ryan and we go, no offence to Ryan, but every time we go near a Thargoid, he panics.
Yeah. Fair enough, I panic. But as long as you're not being an immediate threat and you're not hanging around too long.
Yeah, it's as long as you sort of keep your cool slightly, you're all right. But like eventually, you know, they say there's war coming, and eventually it might be a case of these are the last chances we're going to have at investigating the Thargoids. That soon enough it'll be every time there's a Thargoid, you're gonna get attacked. And the way I see it is most of the ships I've seen go up against them, unless you are an awesome pilot, a lot of people have gone down.
Yeah. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I'm quite good at piloting in this game.
Yeah, you
But
are a good pilot.
I still wouldn't go up against them. Because I know it's not kitted out anyway.
I've seen someone take one out, and they had, I think they were in a Python or an Anaconda. Pretty sure it was a Python. And they had 2 plasma accelerators, which had been engineered to be the most damage they could have. They had a missile launcher. They had like a beam cannon that had been engineered, I think. And the video's about 40 minutes long, and they are constantly hitting it. And they were using shield boosters and like every trick in the book. They were using, like, they had it to like get, if they needed to lose a lock, they had the chaff, they had everything they needed. And it took them about 40 minutes of solid hitting them, and they very rarely missed.
Yeah.
And that was a ship that had been engineered to do it.
Yeah.
So like, we could have Ryan's Anaconda. I could buy a Python and put as much kit on it as I could. Got your Python. We probably still couldn't take one out.
Yeah.
And you know what Ryan's like with his ship? Again, sorry Ryan, but you know what he's like with his ship? The second it shields go, he's like, I'm running.
Yeah. Instead of he actually could keep on battling.
Yeah.
The thing with that is he's actually got a better hull than he has shields.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I the only time I ever worry is when we are below 50% on the hull. I think that's the point you have to start thinking about trying to get some distance on somebody. But with the Fargoids, they're so quick because they don't act like normal ships. So I think if a big massive conflict does happen, I think we'd have to join in with somebody fighting them and just hope that somebody holds their attention.
I always compare the Fargoids with the way they move. It's a bit like they're like fish in water.
Yes.
And we are swimmers in water.
Yes.
That's the difference between the movement.
Yeah. I mean, it's like even if you look at things like their witch drive. So when they go into witch space, when they use like the frame shift, they get into it so quick because they just rip the hole and go. Like with us, even with a ship with a really good frame shift drive, it takes you a while, even when you've got everything pumped into the right systems. Like, we're outmatched, right? And I really hope that the community, when there's like if the war does come, I really hope that the community sort of get all together and say, look, let's get a fleet, get everyone, decide what faction you belong to, let's get everybody and take on a Fargoid, because that would be awesome. Because at the moment, they're only attacking, and when they do attack, they only attack with 1 or 2 ships, and the attacks are very quick. It's like when we've seen the big capital ships that have been decimated, the attacks, they're not like, they don't go on forever. They sort of pop in, they hit stuff and they go. So realistically, the only way that people are going to be able to fight them, we're going to have to fight them en masse. Like, just get as many people as you can and kill and just hit and hit and hit and sod the consequences. If you die, you die in the battle. Which would be awesome. Get on it, Frontier. Awesome. Get it on it, Frontier. And all it takes is people to like speak a bit more within the community. Like, everybody, there are people, like, you know, like I've put out there, like, if people want to join us, it's great, come and join us. And there are people out there that run like communities online. They've got like their own websites, and they're like, look, join our fleet. This is our website, sign up and we'll give you the details and all that. And that is awesome, but there's not enough people. Like, they're doing it in a way that's like it'll be regimented. Like there's an admiral and all this sort of stuff. Now, personally, I'm not interested in that day to day. In a big battle, yes. In a massive battle, there has to be one person above everybody else because otherwise it'd be chaos. But on a day to day, like I've looked at some of them online, and they put up like timesheets and rotors on and what people are going to be doing, and this is how you're going to do it, and you lot are going to form a wing, and you lot are going to do this for credits because we need these combat ships, and you need to have this ship, and you need to have this weapon. I'm not interested in that. Like, none of us have the same ship. None of us have the same equipment. None of us probably don't even have the same sort of jump capacity. Like, look at this, for example. You've got, what, 10 times the amount of cargo that I can hold.
Yeah.
But we're not moaning at each other about it. We're not going like, oh, you're not doing anything because your cargo, I can only carry 16, but I can carry 160. Like, the community that we're trying to build is that, like, that free community, like that. Like, instead of being in a big faction, it's like having us all together in any capacity is better than having us all just arguing about what we're gonna do.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like I say, like if we get more players, hopefully, people watch this video and we get more players, we can look in the future at just doing private group, because we may get to a point where we've got too many people that want to play, and you know, a chat group can only hold so many, but a private server sort of private play, you know, you can do whatever. And you know, I know there's big groups out there that do that, and it would be awesome to do it. And I'm not like, you know, I don't think it'll ever happen, but you know, I have no. Wow, I've just looked at how many, the difference. You've done 904 and you've got 164, and you've just done 1,068, and I've done 120. Yeah. Yeah. But like, I love the idea of, like we've had tonight, where we've had someone that none of us know come on and get involved.
Yeah.
You know,
and it adds something to it.
Yeah, like, you know, I'm not an elitist. I'm not into like, let's only play with the people we know, because we're never going to learn anything new if we do that. Realistically,
yeah.
Like, you know, someone just crashed into me. You've got an adder ramming your arse. But that, I mean, that's all it takes, though. All it took was him to put a message on, just say, "Hey,
yeah,
I flew past you guys."
And like, he's added me on PlayStation, no?
Yes, he added me. I think he got me off Ryan's list, because I was going to add him when I got in, but when I switched to PlayStation on, I already had an ad. I was like, oh right, that's cool.
Oh. So how many have we got left then?
I can't look while I'm in which space.
What do they call it? Which space?
I don't know, but everyone calls it it. I think it's probably going to be, someone watches this and is probably going to tell me that I'm horrifically wrong. I think it's something to do with the way that it's like the way, because it's like subspace. It's like the space between space.
What dimensions?
Yeah, and I think it's something to do with that something like in one of the original games that it's referred to as witch space because of how you travel through it or something. But I'm not an expert. I'm not going to pretend I'm an expert. But all I know is that the Thargoids basically live in it.
Yeah.
And that's why they can just pop about. Which is also surprising that they haven't attacked the bubble sooner, because you'd think if you could just pop them out of anywhere.
See, the thing is, I've got a theory with this. Every time you go to one of these unidentified sources, they're always mopping up after something they've attacked.
Yeah.
I reckon they're collecting resources.
Just ready for a big attack.
Yeah. I think it's all about resources.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would make total sense. Like they're either getting resources for a big attack, or they're getting resources to build a ship.
Yeah.
Like a big ship.
And also to them, there's going to be a lot of technology that they're trying to learn.
Yeah.
So there's a whole mixture of things.
Yeah, because we've never got there quick enough. Like, we don't quite know what they're taking, but all them ships have military equipment on.
They take literally everything. I've witnessed it.
Because if you look at what we've scooped from them, it's like military grade equipment and like military plans and military weapons. So the fact that all the ships they attack have military equipment on does not bode well.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I think before a major attack hits, before a big combat, I think we'll get big ships. I think they'll be.
Yeah.
It'll be once they start saying like there's big combat ships or like cruisers or something, we'll know that it's coming.
Yeah.
Which will be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Because I mean, the thing I like about this is the free cam. Is so fun. Like, and if you were in a massive combat, you could just go into free cam and just like you could get some crazy shots.
November Echo Echo. Permission is required before docking
imagine if
proceedings
using
can begin, Commander.
Approval
granted. Landlord designated pad number.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that would be just so cool. And if you think, like we focus in on combat a bit. When we do combat, we are fairly focused on this is this guy, this is what we're gonna hit that. But I guarantee you, if we were in a Thargoid attack, it'd be panic.
And that is when you need someone to be looking at checking systems.
Yes.
Scan detected.
Yeah.
Where they want to be shooting.
Yeah, you need somebody who will just who will sit on like. So the multi-crew is free, max, at the moment. It would be nice to have 4 because you could then effectively have an engineer. You could have someone who sits and monitors and goes, right, shields are at this percent, power distribution's gone down to this, because it would be really useful.
Landing gear deployed.
To be honest, some suppliers haven't done anything like that yet anyway. Because then, if you want to try and get people to start steering towards more code, especially if the ship's not going to get bigger, you want to make sure that you can
Disembark. Station facilities are at your disposal.
standard number of people.
Yes. Well, I mean, a nice thing would be a nice addition, and I would imagine it's probably difficult, and there's probably some really technical reason why you can't do it. But it would be nice, because some of the multi-crew ships are only 2-seaters.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice if you could have a wing of 2 multi-crews, or a multi-crew and a wing. Like, have 3 people in a ship and have another ship with you. or have like, for example, the Mark III Cobra, and I'm probably going to be corrected on this. The Mark III Cobra, I think, is a 2-seater. Like I think the Diamondback's a 2-seater as well. Like if you had two of them and had 4 people, but you could wing those ships, that would be really useful.
Yeah.
Now, whether that's coming or not, I don't know, but that would be so much fun. Like I'm not necessarily saying increase the size of a wing, like, because I don't really think that would be necessary. Like, it'd be fun, sure, but I think having, like, say you made it 6, you then become something different.
Yeah. That would be fun, though.
Oh, it would be. I mean, that's why you play in a private group, though, because then everybody's on the same instance. So if you've got like 20 people in a private group, conceivably you could have 20 people in the same spot at once.
Down, 3 candles down.
Yeah. I've seen so many people post that they've got them bloody joysticks. Like, I've finally arrived.
I've got to be honest with it, I don't see the point.
My thing is, it doesn't have a headphone socket. Like Ryan was saying the other day, it doesn't have a headphone socket.
So what does he have to do then?
You still have to use the controller for your headphones.
What's the fucking point of that?
Yeah. Like,
Kind of defeats the purpose.
and there's nothing, because I use the standard flight controls. I don't use the alternative ones. A joystick wouldn't do me any favors.
No.
And like, I know I'm not the best flyer, but I'm better with the controller than I am with like a joystick.
Well, it's like I said before, you know, I'm not trying to kiss my own ass with this, but I know I'm not too bad at flying.
No, you are the I think out of the 3 of us, you're the better pilot.
Yeah. But it's one of those with, I don't do any of that with joystick.
No.
And I
No,
don't
and you've
step
had
between
some like really awesome like landings with the fighter, and you've had some really cool like little fights with the fighter, and that's not with the joystick.
them. Yeah.
I watched that footage back from last night with the when you got hit with that random green laser.
Yeah.
I was like, this looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool.
How close was it to getting to the ship though?
I'd
was
say,
so close.
yeah, I'd say you were
I literally lined up perfect.
Yeah, you
Perfect
were
end.
a few seconds out. Like whoever shot like picked a perfect moment to shoot, because if they'd shot any later, you'd have been docked.
Yeah.
I do like the fighters. They're just a little too nimble. I'm better at piloting big ships because
Yeah.
I'm just I'm not turn on the spot. I'm like the broadside somebody.
Yeah.
I've had loads of people today buy in that new pirate game that's out for the Xbox. It's called now. It looks really fun, and I really wish it wasn't an Xbox exclusive. I might play it on PC, but it looks dead fun. And it's a 12 because it's not, you know, there's nothing in it that's too bad. And the amount of parents I've had that go, is this game any good? And I say to them, yeah, it's really good, but it's really difficult to play. It's a bit like this, where it kind of just throws you into it. And they're like, oh, well, I've got a 12-year-old, will they be able to play it? And I'm like, yes. Sea of Thieves, that's what it's called, Sea of Thieves. Because there is a story to it, but it's like a non-linear story. So you kind of, it's a bit like this, where you get as much as you put into it. So like, because I wouldn't this is a 12, but I wouldn't recommend it to a
12-year-old.
No, I definitely wouldn't recommend this. I think you have to have an incredible amount of patience to play things like this. But like, my mate Yam Yam, he asked me once, oh, is it worth buying, should I play it? And I was like, you'd hate it. You'd absolutely hate it.
What, this?
Yeah, or he'd hate this. Because there's too much in it to get used to, and the fact that it's that thing of, this throws you into it. Like, the game is effectively good luck. Like, and yes, once you've mastered it, I say mastered, once you've not, once you're not, like, blown up and you've figured out how things work, it comes into itself, but it's a very steep learning curve.
Oh yeah. I think we can all safely agree on that.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff on this that I haven't even attempted because I know it's very different.
I'll put it this way, it's like, could I safely turn around to myself and say I could easily go out and mine? Nope, never done it.
God, no. No, I've done the mining training a few times to try and, because everyone keeps saying to me that mining is like really good, like you have to do the mining because you make loads of money and stuff. And I've done the mining training a few times to try and get a handle on it, but I just can't. I just can't do it. It's the scoopy bit that I can't get.
Yeah. The scoop bit I can do, but well-ish when I do the training. It's just knowing what the fuck you can use to be mining with and stuff like that. I don't get.
And then you have to do the refining and all that as well in your ship. And
yeah,
I sit there. It's like the reason I don't use an SRV, because you have to like refine the fuel, and you have to mine for the components to mine the fuel.
Yeah.
And like, and it's like, oh, it just seems like a ball ache just to drive around in a car.
You know, I've never had to mine for anything. Just use my SRV.
I think I've used an SRV 4 or 5 times, and yes, they're dead fun, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not. The only reason I got Horizon was for the planets. Was to be able to fly around a planet and fly into a planet, and since they've improved the textures and the colours and how planets are generated, I think they did a good thing.
Yeah.
They did a clever thing with, because the planets were cool, but they were all identical. And now that they're a little bit better, I think. And the great thing is, it's the knowledge of things will only get better. To quote D-Ream, you know, they're only going to get better. They're only going to get better looking, and they're only going to get funner. And ultimately, that's why we play games that are in space. We want to have fun and we want to escape. Because real life's boring.
Apart from No Man's Sky, we don't talk about that.
Oh, I've tried several times to play that since the update. And it is better since the update, but it's still not the best thing ever.
Just a big con.
Well, like my thing was in the update, one of the updates, you had the base building, and you could mine a planet and build like bases and stuff. And I was like, that's all well and good, but I thought the whole point of the game was to keep moving.
Yeah.
So, why would you build a base? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, in this it would make sense if they bought like hub building or like station ownership. That would make sense, because you could set up a trading hub and get money that way, and you've got a place to land and make sure you're safe. But if the whole point of a game is to progress forward and keep moving, why would you want to stop? Like,
Exactly.
yeah, it's like, it's a bit like the whole Far Cry 5, which I was kind of looking forward to, but then I heard that you can pay to. There's like going to be a pay to win element where there's going to be. They're saying you can pay to skip certain content, and I watched a video about it, and I totally agreed with this guy. If you're paying to skip content, that means they've either put content in there that's deliberately grindy, that's just going to piss you off. So you're going to be like, I'll pay extra money to not do this. Or it means they want you to skip parts of their game, which means that they're not confident that it's good.
That's a good point.
Because why would you want people to skip parts of your game? And that's kind of the whole thing with base building in No Man's Sky. It's almost like, we know it gets shit the further you go in, so don't go in.
That is pretty shit.
I'm a massive Far Cry fanboy. Absolutely love Far Cry. And I love the fact that this one's going to deal with Christian zealots. I think that's awesome. But we'll see. I'm going to wait a bit, I think, for the reviews.
Automated approach engaged.
I'm sure I should have parked by now. Oh wait, I should have.
It's because it's one of those just literally as soon as you get in.
Oh, one of like right next to the door.
Yeah. I do think there should be like a target.
Like a big arrow that says here.
Yeah. Just something that comes up just so you can see it, so you don't fucking pass it and get fined because you're in the way or something.
It would be cool if you could like run one of these. Like if you could own like a small station. That'd be cool. Because you could effectively, like I said, you could effectively open it up to more ways of people making credits.
Yeah. That would be fucking cool.
Because you could set up a trade hub, or you could set up a repair station, like, or a fueling hub, and like you put costs into it. So you say to people, look, if you want to be a trade hub, you've got to buy things to trade.
Yeah.
If you want to be a fueling station, you got to buy fuel. Maybe fuel's a bit cheaper to buy for the station, but you still got to buy it. That would be that would be a really fun element.
It would get people trading as well.
Oh yeah. Because
at
the moment,
you can do is you can even do the engineer side of it, because you can get the engineers to invest, let's say, and then that way that'll bring more goods to your site that will allow you to buy like better cargo stuff
and you'd also, the economy would start to take off a bit, because like prices at the moment are affected by the supply and demand, and of that
Yeah.
sector. But if you had people that had a trading hub, you could set your own prices, or you could have, like, say you're online, people could barter with you. Like, there's so many things you could do with a player-driven economy, because the economy isn't necessarily player-driven at the moment. It's just a reactionary market. So it's like,
Yeah.
loads of people have bought this in this sector, so now these are cheap. Which is how Warcraft does it. And Warcraft, you know, it has its, you know, its charms. I'm not a Warcraft player. I won't pretend to be a Warcraft player, but it has its charms. And I think a market like that might work quite well on something like this, because people like me, I'd be willing to trade with people for materials I need to do certain things, because I'm not willing to go and get them.
Yeah.
But I
You certainly shouldn't pay real money to do it though.
No. I think the microtransactions that they do with this is slightly better. Like the fact that there's no pay to win element. Yeah, it's all cosmetic. And I think that's a great way of doing it, because it means that you don't fall into that hole of, oh, I need to be better, so I need to buy more shit.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's that thing of people saying about, like, you buy a game at full price, why are you then buying more shit for it?
If it's cosmetic, I can disagree with that. If it's for season passes, get extra guns.
Yeah,
things, you know.
I don't mind.
The game isn't complete.
I don't mind
That annoys
season
me.
passes, like
It's the DLCs I don't like.
yeah,
Because
like
you're essentially buying what the game should have been.
yeah, like I've bought the season pass for Rainbow Six. For the last 3 years, I've bought it twice. I bought it for last year and this year, just because I got a bit fed up of having to grind to get credits to buy a character, and then I use them like twice, and I'm like, oh, I'll just stick to the old ones. But I've got it so it gives me the thing of I can use them, and if they're great, and if not, whatever. But like with this, the fact that it's just cosmetic, like I've got red lasers because I'm awesome. But it's only because I bought the Horizon pack and I got some extra points with it, and I bought the cosmetics for the Cobra free. And like I bought the suit that my guy's wearing, because I got fed up of looking at that. Because I use free cam a lot, I got fed up of using the standard space suit. But that's it, and it means I don't have to. Like, I'm not buying a ship, because I that would just piss me off no end. If it was like, oh, to get this, you can either spend 12 hours earning credits, or you can go out and spend 20 quid. Like Star Trek Online, love Star Trek Online, but to get the
Can I say I haven't played it?
to get the decent ships in it, once you hit the ranks that you can get them, you have to spend money, like real money, and some of the ships in it are 30 quid.
Fucking hell.
And like I had some PlayStation points left over, and they were like, if like a ship was like half price or something, and it was like 10 quid or something, so I was like, fuck it, let's do it, see what it's like. And it's no better than the ones you could, because every time you level up, you get one free ship of that level for your race, and they're no better than the equivalent. It's just that they've got like a fancy ability that you don't get, or they've got like they're like a different ship. So like I bought Voyager because it had the ablative plating, but it doesn't give me an advantage when I'm playing it, because it stops you shooting at stuff.
Yeah. It's a pure skin.
Yeah, and I think someone else I played with it. They bought a ship that can split into 3 different ships, and they very rarely use it. And unfortunately, it's kind of like Warcraft for me, where you hit a point where there's only so many times you can do a go there, get this, go there. Now with with this, like right now we're doing a go here, get that, go here, go that, but
You're getting something at the end of it.
yeah, but there are also other things, like endless possibilities we can effectively do. We can go bounty hunting, we can go whatever. Whereas with Star Trek Online and DC Universe, which again really like, but all the missions are then go here, collect this many of this, hand it in. Go here, beat this guy up, hand it in. Go here, blow this ship up, hand it in. And it just gets boring. Like, and I get why people like it though, because it gives you a sense of achievement, because it rewards everything. But I like this because it doesn't reward you.
Scan detected.
Like,
You've got it.
yeah, like you complete a mission on this, it gives you some credits, which yeah, it's awesome, you get credits, but it doesn't give you a big fanfare. You don't level up. Like, I know there's a leveling element to it, but it's not like you like if you're an elite level combat pilot, you're not a better level than a novice. It just means that you've done a lot of combat. Like, you could still like, think about the amount of times when we've done a bounty hunter, we've taken out someone who's ranked dangerous or ranked elite, and we've taken them out.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter, because it's not a leveling system. It's not like you get a buff to damage because you're better at this. It's just a case of you have a rank that you can show off to people.
Yeah. It's just the fact that you've earned so many points to allow yourself to be ranked at that level.
Yeah.
That's
By
all
the
it
way,
is.
we have 2024.
It's about 800 and something.
Yeah, we've got 870.
Landing coupler disengaged.
Go on, how
Restrict
many
speed
have
until
you
clear of
done?
the station
Well,
perimeter.
Gear retracted.
Oh, I've done fuck all.
I'm just intrigued.
I don't know. It won't tell me while I'm on the transaction thing. It'll tell me when I'm docked. But yeah, I've done fuck all. You're in the thousands. I'll put it like that. I've done 152.
Yeah.
You have done 1,396.
Slowly catching up.
Slowly, I'm like it's like the tortoise in the hare, right? Like, you think you're a hare, and then boom.
How much should we be getting from this anyway?
We will be getting.
There it was.
We'll be getting.
It's not a share, is it?
No, we get a choice of rewards. So you get 1,900,000 with a plus reputation of +1 influence. You can get 2 units of indite, which is an average value of 2,000, with the 1,900,000 credits, and a plus reputation of plus influence. Or you can have reputation plus 300,000 credits and a +1 to influence.
Frameshift drive charging.
So you can either go for massive reputation boost, you can go for goods, money and a reputation boost, or you can just go for money and a reputation boost.
Reputation. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Because reputation with that people, and it's a massive boost. So you probably like instantly level up their reputation, which gives you more stuff available.
Yeah. Thing is when you're trying to complete and get enough money together, it's not worth it.
No. No.
By
I
the way,
think.
when you get back to IESU.com,
Yeah.
have a look at missions to Maya.
Mhm.
Just have a quick browse, and you'll see what I mean. How ridiculous it is with the amount of jobs you can do just going to Maya from this station. This is a money-making station. With only one jump to go to take stuff.
That's the thing, though. We do little things like this where you do a couple of like you find a station where you've got loads of little quick money making ones where you run here and run back, and then we venture out. Then we got the money. We do some faffing with ships, or we, like with me, I'd buy a better ship, and then we go out, shoot some banditos.
Yeah.
Gotta love their banditos.
So, what was the idea of the wing today then?
It was to test out how it works now that they've done the update.
Well, because I mentioned about the.
Yeah, well, like I said about doing like a wing assassination, or a wing bounty, like get people in a wing, and then we'll go and like set up at a nav beacon and we'll hit some bounties. But like, because that dude didn't have any weapons, I was like, oh, this is perfect because we don't necessarily need weapons. But I know Ryan really loves going in multi-crew, but I think mix it up a bit occasionally. Need to not do multi-crew, because it's fun and all, but I find myself there's long periods where there's nothing going on. We kind of just put the controller down, and then suddenly something happens, and I'm like, oh, I've got to pick the controller up now.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Because it's like, alright if you're
with
flying it, because you're constantly doing it.
I find with us too, it's a case of we've got 2 jobs to do, and you basically don't do it together, and all you're doing is scanning and shooting.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I'm flying and shooting, but you're doing a lot of the free cam stuff as well.
Yeah. That's the main advantage of multi-crew. It's like right now, I haven't really done much free cam because I'm focusing on flying. And when we're in multi-crew, I can just do a bit of free cam and whatever. But sometimes I just want to play.
Yeah.
I just want to get in my ship.
I get that.
Because the last time I properly flew this ship was to get out here.
Yeah.
And I just jumped, landed, and then jumped in multi-crew.
Well, we was already doing multi-crew before that anyway, but you wanted to get to us, didn't you?
Yeah. And then it's a case of I sometimes just don't feel like I'm playing, like because I'm sitting there waiting for like, oh, that guy, we can shoot that guy, or we can shoot that guy. So sometimes I feel like I'm not playing, and I feel like if I wanted to just sit and watch, then I'd do it on YouTube.
Lakon, November, Echo.
And
Request docking permission prior to touching down.
But sometimes it's a good thing for you to check the video stuff as well.
Yeah. I mean, eventually, I am gonna I'll probably set up my computer nearby so I can monitor chats properly and I can monitor the videos properly and make sure it's working. Because at the moment, I'm running it off my phone because the PC's in the kitchen and that's like a whole room away. So eventually, I'll probably am going to look at setting things up a little bit better, but right now it works. You know, PlayStation is great when you're streaming because it shows me that somebody's watching. It shows me what the chats are coming in, and I can say, hey, you know. The only thing I can't do is I can't type a message. So, you know, I might. If I set up my computer, it'll be a case of it's so I can put a message in the comments and just say, look, come say hello. You know, don't be too offensive. Don't do this, but everyone's welcome.
Yeah.
Because I know what YouTube comments are like, and I've seen how quickly YouTube comments descend into absolute fucking madness. Yeah. It's that argument of like, you can go so many steps down in every YouTube comment, and eventually Hitler will get mentioned.
Welcome to the station, Commander.
So, but you know, I'm fairly free and easy. Not, you know, not really an arsehole.
Is that actually true though? That Hitler will get mentioned.
Yes.
Cargo hold
Yeah.
at
Never
maximum
know.
capacity.
Yeah, they say about pretty much every internet sort of thing that eventually, no matter what the conversation's about, Hitler will come up, and people,
Ship is released.
you can go so many hundreds of comments, and then people start spouting like racial rhetoric and like all that sort of stuff. Like some channels like heavily edit their comments, so when they get like bad ones, they start deleting them. But like I watch one YouTube channel, and he openly admits that his comment section is fucking mental, and he's like, comment down below, but if you're going to go down there, be wary because it's a mind of its own. Like it's just, you know, it's just a horrific community that.
Who's that?
Grand Thumb. He's does like firearms and stuff. But every video he says comment down below at your own risk, because like you go through them and eventually someone starts spouting something that starts an argument, because no one on the internet apparently can have a, you know, creative discussion. Everyone has to argue. It's like I think Rach was reading one the other day. It was something like it was on a news website, and it was something to do with, I think it was like a health trend, and then eventually you went through it, and at the bottom they started talking about someone started talking about Hitler and the freaking and the Holocaust and stuff, and it was like it started off as a conversation literally about health food, like how is it now suddenly about the Holocaust? It's really bizarre. Like people seem to just go nuts. I find it really bizarre. I find it's the fact, it's the anonymity, it's the you're behind a keyboard on a screen. It's people say horrible things because they honestly believe there's no consequences.
You wait till the new rules are in. They'll be shutting up then. It's like that guy that, you know, have you heard about that one with the Hitler dog?
No.
He made a video because he thought it would be funny if he's against his wife, put it on Facebook. And it was his dog saluting like Hitler. And he's been sent down and gone to prison.
Well, I won't be surprised. The problem is, I think the internet has been it's a fantastic thing. The internet is great, but it's been left for so long without like proper guidance.
Yeah.
That
There's no consequences anymore to it.
no, it's like I was watching a video not that long ago about banned video games and like games you can find on like online that shouldn't exist, and there's like a far right wing neo-Nazi website, and they have a game on there called it's called like Ethnic Cleansing. They made a game called Ethnic Cleansing, and they basically just copied the code. I think it was off Doom, like one of the old Dooms, and like changed it a bit. And they're saying like these people are arguing about it, saying this only exists because there's nobody policing it. Like you couldn't release this in the open market.
Yeah.
Because you get shut down.
You just get demolished.
Yeah, but you can put it on the internet and nobody fucking bats an eyelid.
Yeah.
And they're saying that's the worrying thing. You know, it's like all these kids that are getting bullied, and there's like all them kids. There's kids that have killed themselves because of what people have said on the internet and stuff, and it's literally because nobody polices it.
Yeah.
You know, like I went, oh God, going back several years, I had death threats of someone off Facebook, because we had we had a mutual friend, and one day I was asked my opinion of them, because every time they came to their house or I heard they were coming round, I was like, oh, I'm going to shoot off then, because I didn't like them, because they did things to people that were unforgivable. And this person told that other person, right? And then I received death threats on Facebook. I got messages saying you've been chatting shit about me. And I was like, well, I had a private conversation with someone. If they've shared that with you, I'm sorry, but you know, that's my opinion. Whatever. I apologise if I've offended you, but we're not friends, so it doesn't really matter. And then I just started getting messages like, I'm going to fucking knock your teeth out, and then I had messages like, I'm going to cut you up and all this, right? I went to the police, because I was like, look, I don't know if he's serious or not, but, you know, someone needs to be made aware of this. And they were like, there's not really much we can do. They were like, we can tell them to stop doing it. And they were like, just block their account, and then they can't get message you. And I was like, yeah, but surely they can just make another account. And like, I wouldn't know until it's too late. And that doesn't necessarily stop that person from then coming and acting on it. So, but nowadays, if I went to the police and said someone's, you know, sent me a death threat, or someone's threatened, like knock me out or something, they'd immediately deal with it. But now they'll be like, right, give us the names and stuff. And that's the thing, like, and that was maybe 7 years ago. So that's the difference in like as little as 7 years. We've gone from the police going, there's not a lot we can do about it, to we're now going to do something about it.